side of a road. But so far with your adventures, he has been not confused, nor has he been intrusive, but he's been very sort of understanding, not in an accepting way, but understanding as in like recognizing the things that are going on around him without having to ask or pry or even bother. It's one of those like been there, done that. Just chuckling and telling stories whenever people talk to him. He seems like he's been around the world and done more than you would expect from an old priest.
Yeah. But since his goal is Vales, it probably wouldn't be very good to keep him here when we're going to Vales.
He doesn't have a time limit on him though. It's not like you must get to Vales in 3 days or you die. So just excuse me, just for the sake of statement, like he wasn't told to be brought to Vales as fast as possible or anything. It was just
sorry I'm late.
Point A, point B, job done.
Oh,
right.
Just as a statement. But you also have Khutula or I don't know, Nephis or anyone just going down that route, or maybe you can barter the clothes. Just more my point is that's what the man is asking for. The man is asking for something that will guarantee that you return to him with the thing that he wants, to make sure to guarantee that you'll actually do the job if you accept. He doesn't want to get fucked.
Right. Well, I'll be honest with you, I don't have much to offer. Unfortunately, we were had a bit of bad luck in the southern island called. Let's see.
Talking about Nicia?
Nicia.
We had a bit of bad luck in Nicia, and most of our actual personal belongings were stolen from us. Ironic, I know. But I am traveling with a few compatriots. Not sure if any of them would be willing to stay back. Perhaps some of them don't particularly need to go to Vales. It's also an older man. Other than that, the only other thing that I would return for would be the special order clothes and hat that are being made.
Dresk nods and says, well, maybe I'll just keep an eye on those clothing orders that you made, and if they're finished before you return, you come find me and I'll have them all safe and ready for your retrieval upon successful delivery of the item I request, of course.
Very well. We are agreed then.
He offers out his hand, but in such a way that is very obviously like the binding agreement in Thieves' Cant that states that you're accepting a contract. This is the officially being offered a job type thing. Not quite as obvious as the old spit and shake, but not quite as subtle as the old hand tickle. If you ever done that with like the middle finger where you shake someone's hand, you give them a little tickle in the palm. It's not something weird like that either, but it's just subtle enough.
All right, yeah, Carlos would return the shake, and he'd be like, now perhaps you can provide me a little more information on what I'm actually retrieving for you.
Dresk beckons you back into the shadows where he had been waiting, and his two comrades like fall back enough to block you off or anything, but they sort of fall back a little bit just to lead you in. And he opens a door that had been quite hard to see in the stonework of the building that he'd been hiding near. And you can see a faint light down a staircase. And he says, perhaps we should talk inside with less prying ears, if you don't mind.
Yes, that's fair enough. Lead on.
So the cellar that you enter is not anything special. Quite easily forgotten and easy to pack up and move in whenever necessity requires. But there is a wooden table in the center of the room with a few chairs that have all been scraped aside so that people can stand around it. There's a number of drawings and a few sketches, images, and a few scrolls and tomes that are scattered on the table. As you enter the cellar, Dress crosses to the table and moves the sheets around, placing a sketch in front of you on a piece of parchment paper. And he says, "We're looking for this. It's called the Mask of Calhoun, and I have a buyer who's very interested. Not quite sure how it does. It might be magical, might just be folklore, but it's some lost relic. Somebody's found it, but they haven't been able to retrieve it because there were traps. Or so they say. We're looking for someone who's light on their feet, smart, good with their hands, to come and retrieve the mask, bring it back to me, and if you do that, I'll give you 150 gold pieces."
Whoa.
Carlos's eyes would widen a little bit. 150 gold could get him quite a few things. All right, that seems
It definitely could.
seems like a reasonable sum. Obviously, since I don't have any buyers lined up, it would be much more difficult for me to be able to make that kind of coin just holding on to it. Where exactly is it being held by someone, or is it somewhere?
All the information you'll need will be provided by my two associates here. They'll brief you, they'll give you all the information, and they'll help you copy down anything you might need for your travels. For myself, I'm needed elsewhere. And he begs his leave. And the two individuals whose names you learn are Vaughn and Ron. And upon closer inspection, in the light of the torches burning in their brackets, you can see that they are in fact identical twins. Vaughn seems to always stand to the left of his brother Ron. They brief you on the Mask of Calhoun, the location that it's likely to be in, which is about 3 miles off the road, at a certain location partway between Cools and Vales. Supposedly it is in the crypts of an old church from years past, and it has been discovered once, so they know that the location is known. So time is of the essence for the retrieval of the artifact. And of course, if it's retrieved, you're gonna have to try and keep the fact that you have it on you as hush hush as possible, so that people don't try and take it.
Oh
Right.
no.
It's a high value prize. Somebody might be waiting for, a nimble enough individual to Indiana Jones their way through the old church, grab the prize, and then come out and see a spear in their face.
Carlos is
So you gotta
buying
be-
us a bunch of trouble.
He's looked as captain.
So they spend most of the night briefing you on the Mask of Calhoun, and they show you a number of tomes and different sketches and descriptions based on folklore. And as far as you're able to understand, the mask itself is made out of bone, purely out of bone, but without any seams or otherwise other marks that would make it seem as though it's been crafted or manufactured by a craftsman's hands. It is said that the Mask of Calhoun not only allows you to speak to the dead, but it also is able to see through what is in folklore, see through the mists of time. Vaughn and Ron are quick to tell you as they're briefing this that they're fairly certain that a number of the things that the mask is fabled to do is mostly based out of folklore or conjecture. However, based on the price that, and they don't ever tell you what the buyer's price was, but they say based on the price, they're certain that it has some sort of magical property to it.
Oh no. Hopefully there isn't any negative magical properties associated with it.
That would be bad.
You become a necromancer. I know I'd probably enjoy that.
Penis gets small.
All right. So didn't have. So it is a little embarrassing to admit, but as I said, most of our personal items had been stolen from us, and I haven't had the opportunity yet to procure some thieves' tools. Would you perhaps have some that you could lend me in case I need them for acquiring this object?
Vaughn and Ron look at each other, and then Vaughn says, "That'll cost you extra."
All right, how much?
The thieves' tools are going to be. Give me a minute. Load. Thank you. Good fucking god. There you go. 30 gold pieces.
Oof.
Ugh.
It's my personal set, and I'll need them back.
It's
So you're
paying
gonna charge
30
me
gold to rent?
30 gold pieces just to rent your equipment?
You're going to accept a contract without having the tools to finish the job?
It's the Thieves Guild.
They don't like us here.
You could buy a set for less than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll pick that lock for you, buddy. Can I have a lock pick first?
Jesus.
Surely you have another set somewhere I could borrow or buy. I mean, 30 gold just to borrow them is kind of pricey. I mean, you wouldn't want to take advantage of a brother down on his luck, would you?
Vaughn strokes his chin and looks at Ron, and Ron says, "You're right. I'll give you my set for 25. And I'll give you back the 25. But I'll need my tools back when you come.
25. Nope. Oh, it's in silver. And Carlos would be like digging through his coin pouch and trying to find the money.
As you're digging through the coin pouch, Ron shakes his head, says, "Go pinch pennies off your friends. We'll be waiting at the north gate at dawn. When you leave to go to Vales, stop by with the money, and I'll give you my tools. And when you return, I'll give you back your money when you give me back my tools."
All right, very well. I'll see if anyone's willing to invest in my little excursion.
Just think of one thing and nothing else. 150 gold pieces.
Indeed.
But don't think about it too hard.
Oh, don't worry. I'm pretty far from any of my normal sources out here. You'll get your mask as long as I get my gold.
That's all they really have for you, unless you want to sit around and chit chat. They don't really seem like the chit chatty types, though.
Yeah. No, that's pretty much it. Carlos would return to the tavern and plan on speaking with his companions in the morning before they depart the inn.
Okay, so from what I remember, Anton and Vinshenzo and Isaac Stormwind and Khutula. No, sorry, not Isaac. Anton, Vinshenzo, and Khutula are in the tavern in town. Nephis and Isaac are having a little campsite and roasting hot dogs. Or something.
Yeah.
I would eat another fish egg. Oh.
Oh, like an apple.
Fish egg.
Mm.
Okay. So the morning comes, I guess, unless there's something anybody wants to do before morning comes.
Have we left the town since the last session?
No.
No.
Oh,
No.
then I was in the tavern.
Yes.
All night long? I was already aware that you had been in the tavern for the night and like retired.
Oh, I thought you said I was like
just been
at camp.
fiddling around.
Okay, never mind.
No. Nephis and Isaac Stormwind left the town to go camp outside the town, and then the other
Okay.
three
Yes,
remained.
I regrouped
And then
with
Carlos was having fun at a fisherman's bar.
them. You should have just talked to that barmaid.
Probably.
Tavern wench. So yeah, you everybody with the exception of Nephis and Isaac find themselves or find each other in the tavern in the morning, having slept whatever portion of the night they were able to sleep.
All right.
Carlos, for the sake of anything you have to refresh, you did not gain the benefits of a long rest. However, you have gained the benefits of a short rest, just due to the amount of time it took for you to do your business.
Yeah. Alright, so Carlos would be sitting at a table waiting for Vin and Khutula and Anton?
Yes.
Right? Yeah, he'd be waiting for them to join him.
I'd imagine we're all here then.
At the Fisherman's Bar? Wait, where are we?
We're at the Nice Tavern.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm at the Nice Tavern still. Okay.
We're all here.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
So is everyone awake and out of the rooms and such?
Yeah, I'd imagine we're all probably sitting in the
Once again,
tavern
everybody who
eating
is
food.
not Devon or Chill is together, having woken
Standing.
up.
Yes.
So I had a interesting run-in with some new acquaintances last night. I've been contracted to recover a package for them on our road up to Vales. They are offering a pretty significant reward, and I was wondering if any of you wanted to help me with that.
How much is the contract, Mr. Santiago? I am not willing to scamper around the shadows and pickpocket for tiny morsels of wealth.
Oh no, the reward is over 100 gold, and I'd be willing to compensate those that help me with it appropriately.
I will assist you, Mr. Santiago.
Imagine Khutula probably just stares at him and then
Pulls out
Anton
the knife.
just pulls out her knife. It's like, I'm gonna kill anybody that stops me from getting into Vales. Thank
I would
you.
expect Khutula to not care unless she figured out exactly what it was they were getting.
That's
meta. But that is
I'd
what I would
imagine-
expect Khutula to do.
I'd imagine the same thing, yeah.
Tulish steals the mask of Calhoun.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, it's a magical thing. I mean, she probably doesn't give a fuck about thieving, but as soon as she finds out it's a magical thing, that's just a
Well, suddenly-
generally known
suddenly
thing that
she'd probably
Khutula
be
cares
interested,
about
maybe.
knowing stuff.
It is
Yeah.
a magical
Yeah,
artifact.
but that is meta mostly because Khutula is not here. I would not have made that comment if she was not here to speak.
Allegedly, that's what they say. They call it the
I
mask
did
of
not.
Calhoun.
I didn't say that.
Oh. You said it in fucking Vin's voice.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So that's if you say it
Vin
in
did
Vin's
not
voice, I'm
metagame.
gonna kill you. Anyway. This package is, like I said, of great value to them. I will need a small investment though. I am a little short on the necessary tools that we may need. Obviously, you will be compensated for that as well once we have acquired and returned the package.
I think Anton would be confused by that. Just look curious as to why this mask would be important. For Khutula, would she recognize this at all? This name?
I don't
She
think the
can roll
name was
history.
mentioned.
He did say the Mask of Calhoun, I believe.
Oh. Did I miss that?
I heard Carlos Santiago say the words "Mask of Calhoun."
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you did say that though, right?
I don't
Right,
know.
Carlos?
Just have Khutula roll for Arcana.
That's.
History.
Yeah, I was tempted by Arcana and History. Okay, well in that case, we'll do a History check, see if she knows.
Huh.
See,
Have the
this could
same
be a
modifier,
+6.
so I guess
The
it doesn't
reason I'm
matter.
stating history is because it's more shrouded in folklore than it is like you're not identifying its magical properties. You're learning about the history of the Goblet
Ooh.
of Fire or whatever the fuck.
18 plus 6.
Wow, she knows
24?
about it.
Oh god.
This ain't Hogwarts.
Yeah,
What does she know about it?
she knows.
Does she know?
Yes. Okay. Khutula is aware of the fact that the Mask of Calhoun was something that helped focus the power of a servant of the god of death whose name was Arklich Calhoun. And while he sounds like an evil bad person, he was not. He was in fact quite famous for helping people come to peace with their lost loved ones and other such things by using his power and familiarity with the god of death and his patronage to communicate with those in the afterlife. He was also known for making predictions and other things, which is why it's rumored to be something that allows him to look into the future, because he was uncannily good at making prophecies. Unfortunately, the place where he had worshipped and practiced hundreds of years ago fell into hard times, war, poverty, just general chaos, and the sands of time itself caused the man to disappear from, just disappear as time goes on. As most name started to fade into legend, the cult / church moved on, and the only thing left is the ruins of the place where he had practiced and the history and legend behind his deeds.
I would imagine that Khutula probably relays this to the rest of the party. So we're trying to go after a mask.
A mask of the gods? And they only want 150 gold pieces.
Well, I don't know how much the buyer is buying it for, but that is what I would be paid for acquiring it.
I know of artifacts in my own family that are worth quadruple the amount.
Indeed, but I don't believe we'd be able to acquire any of those, would we then?
You'd be surprised.
Anton would ask, how much investment are you asking for? It's still not exactly sure about this.
Yes.
If you could each invest 5 gold coins, I could easily see that quadrupled for you, at the least, depending on how many others assist us.
All right. Let's see.
20 gold? Wait, Anton is like... or, I guess, Khutula, never mind.
I'd imagine that Khutula is probably interested. Anton is just unsure about this, if anything. Just
Yes, I forgot for a moment that you're also Khutula, so never mind.
yes, or at least attempting to be.
Yeah, Vin's on board. Maybe for a little more than 20 gold, but yeah. We'll talk about that later. I will front you the cash, Mr. Santiago. Vin reaches into his coin purse and produces... How much did you ask for? The full 25 or 20?
Carlos was asking for 5 gold pieces from everyone that was wanting to help him as an investment, so that it wouldn't all fall on one person.
I will front the cost of this expedition.
Oh shit.
If you just give me just 10 gold 10 gold pieces, I can cover the rest of the expenses.
Vin produces 10 gold from his coin pouch and hands it to Carlos.
Carlos
Vin now
quickly,
has 17 gold.
Quickly added to his His pouch. All right. So the people that are providing the tools that I'll need, they're going to be meeting us at the north entrance. So whenever everyone is ready, we should head there.
Is Vin the only one who's in on this?
What, on the mask?
On
Or just the investment?
On the heist.
On helping, I guess. Either or.
Khutula's probably interested, I would say. Anton is, of course, still unsure about this.
Damn it.
And just so that I'm clear on everything, we're not stealing the mask from anyone. It's in an abandoned I believe they said it was an abandoned church or some such thing. So currently the mask has no owner. We're just retrieving it so that it can become property of somebody else.
Still not sure how I feel about that, but I can help where I can.
Then great.
Oh my god.
Vin says that.
That's what we're hoping for.
That's what we're hoping for, yeah.
I would think
Alright, I guess everybody's on
artifact of
board.
The
We don't.
gods would be under strict watch and highly sought after.
Apparently it is highly sought after, but apparently it's been lost for some time, and they just recently found its location.
Oh my. Did Khutula glean any of the magical properties of the Mask of Calhoun from her history check?
It is rumored that the Saint Calhoun or Archlich Calhoun, I believe I can actually write that down, is able to speak to the dead and see through the mists of time.
Hell yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm doing my best to keep notes on the side. That way I've got something to give Khutula later to read over. Some of these notes are probably shitty, but anyway.
Whoa.
What?
You're fine.
I am trying to make sure I am recording this shit.
I'm recording this too.
Thank God.
But I was 30 minutes late.
But you got here just in time. All right. So I guess everybody's on board. We just don't know about Isaac and Nephis on that particular bit so far.
Yep. So I guess everyone's going to head over to the north gate now.
I would probably get the wagon, get the horses and all that. Old man's probably waking up too.
Doesn't Nephis have the wagon and such?
I never shook it.
I thought he did, but okay.
I never said I did. I keep on.
I'm sorry.
That I did, but no, I did not. No, I did not.
But did Isaac?
Grandpa Oldman.
Grandpa Oldman stole it. That bastard. No, he wanted to get the hell away from Vin.
We lost the card.
God
No.
no. No.
Looks like we're walking.
Again.
Anton's fault. He was to see after the horses.
We're trying to get some shut-eye.
Damn.
Anywho, so yeah, I guess we all hop in the back of the wagon. Old man's up. We're going to the north gate. Unless there's
Hell
something else that needs to be done.
I don't think so. I think everything else that needs to be done is to be done on our return.
Righto.
Okay, well, if none of you have anything else, then
No.
you get to you get to north entrance. Carlos, you notice Ron and Vaughn, though this time you can't figure out which is fucking which, standing at the exit of the town, towards the end of town, as you start moving out into fields. And yeah,
Carlos would hop off the cart and head over to them and perform the exchange.
You complete the exchange. You now have a set of thieves' tools. You're out. Your gold. He pockets it, pats it sort of gently, and then proceeds to ignore you.
Does Vin see this?
I was gonna ask, do the others see this or no?
Roll perception. All whomst are seeing.
Vin is rather perceptive.
Yeah, I'll have Well, Anton's probably busy driving the wagon, so I guess I'll have a roll for Khutula then.
17.
Yeah. You see this.
Okay, so Khutula sees this then.
Both of you do. Both of you being Khutula and Vinshenzo.
I remark to myself, it's up to anyone else if it's overheard. Mr. Santiago's cohorts are quite mannerless.
After that, Carlos would return to the cart and hop back on.
I don't imagine
Okay.
Khutula would say anything. She's just going to keep this in mind.
Onward.
Onward.
So I take it we come across Nephis and Isaac in their little camp.
I would assume so. I'm sort of letting you guys lead the charge on this one because I don't know how Nephis and Isaac have managed to camp if they decided to get the fuck out of the way of the road. There you go. Okay, so you find them north of town, about 15 minutes away.
Ah. Good to see you lads again.
Aye. How was the inn?
It was meager, but better than the alternative.
Nephis would continue to, or match your guys' pace unless you guys stopped for us.
And Anton would have likely stopped, I would say.
Oh.
You guys probably need to pick up camp and all that unless you guys, yeah. I mean, he's not gonna go rolling down the road. I mean,
Goodbye.
Just galloping along.
I hope you guys can catch up.
Would have had camp or his stuff packed up by sunrise.
Okay, so they're already packed up everything. They're hopping in, right?
Nephis is.
Okay.
Yes.
Aye.
Okay. Well, once everybody is inside the wagon, we'll go ahead and move again.
Once everyone's inside, Carlos would fill Isaac and Nephis in on what he's been contracted to do and ask them if they were wanting to assist him in the matter.
Like, are you asking us to pay or to help like do it?
Well, here, just
Because
helping
you guys
out,
already paid.
because yeah, Carlos already got enough money to get the tools that he needed, just in case there's like traps or what are locked, locked somewhere that need to be picked. So all he needs now is just help in case it's dangerous.
I can stay lookout, but I'm not gonna go and steal from a church.
I've been told the church has been abandoned, so it's not really stealing, it's just rescuing.
Vin chuckles.
Nephis kind of slides his eyes towards Vin, and would say, that's that's unlikely.
Anton, would Anton overhear any of this?
Are we all in the cart?
I think. Does the old man like have anything to say of this?
He's entirely aware of the conversation. In fact, he seems very amused, and as the exchange happens, he sort of chuckles softly to himself at the different retorts, and lights up a little wooden tobacco pipe. Takes a couple big puffs and blows smoke circles. This is all standard behavior for which he has exhibited throughout most of the adventure. He doesn't really. He's definitely been listening in on all of your different things and conversations, but not in any other way than I happen to be stuck in the cart with these guys, and it's none of my business, but I'm having fun enjoying the ride.
Okay, so he basically has nothing to say about this particular situation then.
Not unless you want to ask him directly, but he's been polite enough to stay out of your guys' business because none of you have bothered to involve him in it, and he's not a nosy person.
He's a man of God.
Neither Anton or Khutula would ask anything. However, there is something that I am tempted to have Khutula do.
Okay.
Is she familiar with the dead at all, like necromancy, any of that? Because we're talking about the Mask of Calhoun. I'm just kind of curious, like ghosts, skeletons, any of that shit. So I don't think she would.
There's not really a whole lot about Khutula that screams necromancy.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it either.
Other than just reading
like,
about it or happening upon it. She doesn't seem to dabble in it.
Yeah, I'd imagine not. So I don't know. It was just a general curiosity. I don't know if that's something that would have been something from like her homeland she would have probably heard about or not. It probably isn't.
She might have read it in a book.
Yeah, probably. In that case, never mind. I won't do anything.
Nephis would sitting on the cart, he would be more reclined, but after not having a real response from Carlos, he would actually straighten himself up and uncross his legs. Actually, sorry. He'd say, "You know what, Carlos? I won't help you."
Gasp.
Hell yeah.
Suit yourself.
You can peruse around in that church, but all this, it's just more trouble. We're able to make good money with honest work, with a fish, but I'll sit this out.
Hell yeah.
Fair enough. So does anybody have anything else to say, I guess, while we're on the wagon? I'll take that as a no.
Hey.
Nephis has nothing else to say. He's just going to enjoy the ride. How long is it to Vales, actually? It wasn't like 2 days?
It's
3 days?
just shy of 3 days, 2.7 days.
Copy that.
It is a 67-mile journey.
Oh, damn.
Oh.
So are we doing this on the way up there or on the way back?
On the way up.
On the way up, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, Carlos should be keeping a keen eye out for
Sorry,
where he was told to look for the path to find this artifact.
so you're aware of the fact that you should be looking sometime on the second day's worth of travel, which I assume you guys just start traveling.
Yes.
I assume.
Yeah.
Okay, well in that case, first day goes by uneventfully. You camp for the night on the side of the road, and midway through the second day, Carlos, you see an old mossed over stone marker post on the left side of the road as you travel, and you're aware that is the marker you are looking for. And once again, it is a 3-mile trek to the west. Wait, hang on.
Whoa.
I have to get my orientation right. Yeah, to the west of that marker.
Anton, stop the cart real fast. This is the turn.
Anton stops the wagon, and I don't imagine he's able to get the wagon onto the path heading towards the church, right? Or they just have to just park it here, pretty much.
Yeah, how
There is
the path
there
over
is
ground?
no path. It is just a marker post. There is no path. If you want to go, you're roughing. If you want
So
to
it's
take
like-
the cart in, you can. It's the equivalent of like driving your
Across the
Honda
west?
Civic into the woods, though.
Isn't the path to
Wow.
Vales like
Yes.
next to the river?
Yes, and if I look west is left, and I just wanted to make sure that I'm not
Yes.
retarded. The path to Vales is next to the river. You're traveling west, which means you should not be going through the river.
Gotcha.
Okay, I did that right. I wanted to be sure.
West
well, it
is
also
west.
probably could have hopped over. Who knows? The map is so big.
Yes.
Just cross
It's
the
true.
land.
No, I'm proceeding on the canon that the road is on the west side of the river the entire time, mostly because that dotted line at that zoom looks different from the dotted line at a different zoom. So, fuck it.
God, dude.
I have said that. I have made it canon.
West is west.
I am God, and I have made it so.
Oh, damn.
So yeah, this is the
Excuse me.
the marker I was told about, the abandoned church, and Carlos would kind of emphasize the part that it's abandoned, and while looking directly at Nephis before breaking eye contact. The abandoned church should be about 3 miles west of here.
Ah.
DM question from Anton, pretty much just Anton's perspective. Have we how many travelers have we seen? Like how many wagons, any of that? Is this a well-traveled road?
This is a well-traveled road. It's not high traffic, but it is well traveled. You would have passed other carts or people on horseback or groups of people on horseback or even just people, clusters of people traveling on foot. None of them really are all that interesting. None of them go out of their way to really speak to you other than like a nod or a polite greeting.
Okay. I was just wanting to make sure that I'm aware of the kind of people going back and forth on this road and how traveled it is.
Aye.
Nephis, are you still planning to stay here?
The river's close, so yeah, this is the spot. I'm staying back.
Do
Are
you
there
mind
any
keeping?
sign of people traveling towards the church
No.
recently? Like tracks or stuff?
Oh, a survival check, he wonder.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I'll get you to do a survival check. There's no obvious sign, but if you want to look a little bit closer, you can roll survival.
Hell yeah. Let's freaking go.
Oh
Nat
shit!
20 with a what
Plus
the
8.
fuck's my bonus? Like 8? Yeah.
Plus 8, yeah. So
It's
nat 20
success.
plus 8.
With your eagle eyes, your expert vision, your peerless skill at tracking, you have determined that nobody has traveled
Tracks.
here recently.
Nice.
It's good
Ah.
news. That means nobody else come. That's good news. It means we probably shouldn't expect visitors. Well, those of you that are coming along, let's get moving.
I
Uh,
follow behind Carlos.
Khutula hops out and follows. Anton is going to. Nephis, could you please keep half an eye on the cart as well while you're here?
He's gone already.
Fuck.
He's going fishing.
He's gone already.
Yes.
Just like I turn around, it's like, hey, Nephis. Oh shit, he's already gone.
I would have taken all my.
He
stuff
stated
with me.
the mask still belongs to a god, and then fucked off.
He's going
Well-
fishing.
Well, I'm just gonna follow everybody else.
What about the
If shit
cart?
gets stolen and broken, it'd be your guys' fault for being.
The old man will watch it. Surely he can defend himself.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh my
I
god.
can't get.
Are you asking him to watch your stuff?
I mean, the thing is that we're so goddamn poor. I think
did
all
you
of
say anything to him, or have you not really acknowledged him, and the party has just stopped the cart on the side of the
Vin
road and
does not
decided like
acknowledge
run into
him.
the woods?
and Anton would. Could you keep an eye on the cart, please? I asked the old man.
He agrees.
Thank you
Carlos would
so
add in
much,
that-
sir.
Carlos adds in that it might be a good idea to head east and follow Nephis, and that way that it'll probably be safer with the two of them.
What the fuck,
Wait.
Anton doing? I didn't think Anton
Wait.
was coming.
No, Anton's going. I was convinced. So, yeah. I wasn't very sure
Okay.
about this at first, but I'm just gonna go.
Okay, neutral good.
Okay.
Yes.
The old man will take the cart as far as he can to the east to join Nephis, which is not very far. He just pulls it to the other side of the road and then walks down the hill. Nephis, you have a fishing partner. He has a fishing rod and he fishes with you.
I don't have a fishing rod.
Okay, well, he has a fishing rod and he is fishing with you, near you, in your vicinity at the river.
I might murder him for it.
Oh.
Okay.
Damn it. Okay. I guess the five of us walk over towards. Yes, let's go.
Oh,
We're going on an adventure.
And a half.
Okay, everybody. Somebody who's taking point, I don't care who, roll me survival.
I'll take point.
Anton would probably be behind him. Since
Is-
he's already leading.
Is Carlos willing to let somebody else take point, even though it's his treasure hunt?
I mean,
Carlos would trust Isaac, but he would make sure that he was directly behind him, and he would make sure to like point things out that that he was told about, like
Are
directions.
you
to look
backseat
out for.
tracking?
I am.
Okay. Isaac, I will allow you to roll with advantage due to the fact that you're being fucking Mama
Like,
Carlos is
19.
telling you how to draw.
With
Okay.
advantage.
Apparently-
well,
Apparently
the
that's a-
first roll was a 4,
Oh,
so a 12.
hell yeah. Oh
Fuck
my.
yeah.
thing Carlos is backseat tracking. It's-
Are you sure it's that way? I think those are deer tracks. I think. Look at that rock. It's a strange rock. What do you think?
This
Go
is
over there.
quite rough ground. Are you sure there's a church out here?
After
my
about
source-
2 hours of walking, you do in fact find a church.
Oh.
In the roughest sense of the term, it's just basically been reduced to a rough foundation. It sits atop a hill, and you can definitely tell that once upon a time there was also a village here. The buildings outside the church were made of fieldstone, and they're little more than just circular piles of rubble now. So far gone that the whatever thatch or material was used for the roof completely rotted away. There's grass and scrub that's growing up through these buildings, even the foundations of the church itself. However, I assume you're going to approach the ruins, you can see that at least the floor tiles of the of this foundation are intact, despite the weeds growing through. They haven't completely over yet.
Oh, are we in the church? Hell yeah.
No, but you can see it. You can see the floor from the outside.
Understood.
So like the church itself, like the roof is gone and everything. It's just like mostly foundation.
It's bare bones. There's no organic material aside from like rock and stone, and that has been weathered away. This hasn't there we go. This hasn't become ruined from anything other than just basically it's been abandoned and then dilapidated over decades and decades of just exposure to the weather.
This place has just been dead to the world, pretty much.
What an interesting place.
Yeah, you can see as you get closer some very obvious that in the more recent past, people have camped here, or someone has sought shelter or built a fire, things like that. But there's no other real signs of disturbance.
I would like to do a history check. Vinshenzo recalls his knowledge of the building. I rolled a 1, which makes sense.
This is clearly from some sort of like an ancient dwarven culture. Probably existed here before they were forced back into the mountains by the younger races of men and orcs and all those other silly things. Back in a more civilized age when elves and dwarves ruled most of the known world, they probably settled here for a while.
How queer.
Carlos would kind of give Vin a
looks like
sideways
it's-
glance.
It's
Like,
built. It's dwarven design.
Carlos give Vin a sideways glance and be like, don't dwarves normally, I don't know, live underground?
I'd imagine, I don't know if Khutula would have gotten that far with the history check earlier. I have this feeling like that she would just start arguing with Finn.
I live underground and I've never seen a dwarf.
Have Khutula do a history check. And she'd probably just be like,
I've
what?
seen dwarves and their holds.
Like, you
This
daft
looks nothing like
bastard.
that.
Oh, really?
I'm gonna have Khutula do a history check just because I could just see her arguing here.
Oh, really?
God.
Yeah, educate me.
Hey, Mr. One.
Yeah, she got an 11.
She doesn't know shit. Khutula cares about fucking architecture. There's way more important things for her to care about than what the stupid stone looks like from a building from some fucking dead guy. Who the fuck
That
cares?
is fair.
And
However, there's one thing. I don't know how like completely destroyed the building is, but is there any religious markers, any of that are still even here, or are they just pretty much gone at this point?
I'm gonna get you to investigate that. Investigation.
Oh shit. All right. I'm gonna have her do this.
Such strange dwarven architecture.
Stop.
Well, that's not much better. She got a 12.
She can't really tell if any of the marks she's found are marks that are actually meant to be there, or if they're just scratches that have, accumulated over time, scratches and cracks and all that kind of stuff.
All right, enough speculating on who was here at what time or who was what, where, when. Let's just find what we're looking for. There must be some kind of hidden entrance somewhere.
A hidden entrance? For the
Well,
clergy?
The structure is a little more than ruins up above. If the package was here, then surely it would have been found by now, unless it's hidden somewhere. Did
You
They
share
provide any-
about the traps and stuff?
did the
Remembering that
Devon
he
and
said that it
Anton-
was beneath the church in like the crypt/catacombs. He didn't say it was in the church. He said it was below the church in its underways.
Carlos
Did we
didn't tell me
see-
that.
Did we
Did-
see the entrance to the catacombs anywhere? I take it it's not in
You
the
have
church.
not yet seen an obvious entrance that would take you underground.
All right, everyone. Let's spread out and search. There's got to be an entrance to the catacombs somewhere.
All right.
I
Okay.
reiterate my question. Did Carlos actually share that the place was trapped?
I don't. Did they know if it was trapped or not?
I
Carlos
could have sworn when he was
They mentioned
describing
to you
it
that
to
there
you.
might be traps, but I don't know if you
Yeah.
mentioned it to anybody else.
Damn.
pretty
good thing I
sure, but
didn't,
if not, Carlos would call out after everyone had just started to disperse. Oh, and be careful. There might be traps. That's why I
Oh
had to get the
my.
supplies.
Cthulhu's suddenly probably not very interested
So
in
is
searching.
that a perception check to look around, or
It would have been
I'm
nice
going
to
to
know.
carefully
Your
look around.
Perception or your investigation or
okay? I do perception.
Ah.
I rolled a 3,
Anton's going to
Okay,
roll for
Isaac.
perception.
which
Roll a
is
10.
if you're doing anything other than just standing in the middle of the walls, and I'm saying that literally not being sarcastic, if you're actually like interacting with the environment, that's investigation. If you're just using your 5 senses, that's perception.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Well, I tried rolling for
Well,
perception
with the fact
for
that he's
Anton.
mentioned that there may be traps, I'm not going to touch stuff. I'm just going to go around looking.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
I'm
I
on the
kinda figured that was
outside
what
of the
going on.
building.
That's fine.
Anton rolled 17 for perception. Maybe he saw something.
13 perception.
17 and a 13. Okay. Anton, where are you when you're looking around? How are you looking? Just so I aware.
I'm walking around just seeing if I can find anything obvious at all.
And he's looking good.
I'm just hoping to
So
find
on the
something.
other side of the collapsed north wall, you find half buried in a mound of not a mound of dirt as in like it was dug up, but just a naturally occurring mound of dirt and grass, a pair of old cellar doors. They've obviously been like treated for them to have been there for so long, but they're dilapidated and half covered in dirt.
So, seeing this, Anton would kind of call out, because I think the companions are still nearby. Hey, I found something. I think I found some doors.
Deadly.
Yes.
Yeah, Carlos would head over and take a look and be like, "Ah, good job, Anton. This is probably where we need to go."
They're quite
And based
filthy.
on how, based on how it's been overgrown like this, we're probably the first people to find this in some time.
Now, now that we've found it, we're gonna have to start digging at this thing, aren't we?
Pretty much.
I don't have a shovel.
Vinshenzo
So at
folds
least
his
I don't
arms
think-
and looks away.
That's why you have hands.
Oh god,
Carlos
yeah.
would start moving the dirt away, at least enough so that he could like see how the doors open, if they're locked, etc.
So
Doors are not locked. They seem to swing outward to you.
No, that means we have to dig them completely out.
Anton is going to help Carlos start digging this out with his hands. Khutula's just gonna stand nearby and just kind of keep her eyes out, so kind of see what's going on while they dig. Isaac, what do you do? I'm sorry, I just.
Shit, I just assist with the dig.
All right.
In the dirt.
Awesome. So I assume we uncover the door without any problems.
It'll take some time for sure, but yeah, there's no crazy complication. No complication aside from the fact that you have to uncover a door.
Oh, whoops, I'm sorry.
Excuse me. Yeah, so you make your way into you're able to open the doors after the rightmost door. As you try to open it, the latch falls, like the door handle just completely pulls out of the wood. It's soft and it's rotting, and it stood up to the test of time well, but not well enough. The second door you're able to pry open, and you can see inside anything that is not being lit up by natural sunlight is just pitch black. It looks structurally sound from your first examination.
Do I see anything 120 or so feet into the chasm with my superior dark vision?
When you take a look in, you can see the stairs spiral downwards out of sight. The tunnel itself is circular. It seems to be rough-hewn into the rock. There are timber supports that are in much better condition than because they haven't been directly exposed to the elements.
What does the spiral staircase look like?
I said it spirals away out of sight. It's a circular tunnel
Is it a
with
nice
timber
staircase?
supports every once in a while. No, it's old.
Okay.
Old and shitty and rough, fieldstone-esque.
Vin grimaces.
All right, Carlos would take a nearby rock, and he'd toss it down the stairs and try to listen to hear it fall, and if it comes to a stop.
You don't see the stairs.
I mean, they go down immediately. Like, didn't
Oh.
like I don't know the
Yeah, it goes
layout
down
of it. I know
immediately.
there's stairs that go down, so I throw a rock down it.
Okay.
He can see the
Just
staircase goes
light a
down.
torch.
The staircase goes down, and then
Does Isaac say this?
I can't hear you. You cut out.
Does Isaac
I
say
just
this?
light one of my torches.
Oh wait, Khutula.
Okay.
Khutula tries to stop you. Khutula tries to stop
Vinshenzo sighs.
you. So
would Qali really care about torches?
Such primitive
no,
means.
she wouldn't. She probably wouldn't care about torches. However, she might cast light on Carlos's rock.
Oh, very well.
Oh,
Carlos would allow
okay.
it.
Well, in that case, as you toss the rock down the stairs, you can see it illuminating the staircase briefly until it fucks off out of sight.
And I listen. Do I hear how far it goes?
It continues to clatter, and then you sort of become disoriented. The fact that the echoing is echoing off of the echo.
So it's at least a decent distance. Fair enough.
Or the acoustics are amazing.
Just as you're aware, DM, that's a cantrip, by the way.
I'm aware.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Well, Ben, it's looking pretty dark down there. Would you mind taking the lead on this?
Gleefully, I walk down.
Gleefully. Carlos would
I begin walking down the staircase carefully.
light one of his torches and follow after Vin.
Ah, such primitive means.
That's all I have available.
I was gonna have Khutula do something, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna let him light a torch.
I cast Dancing Lights cantrip and create 4 balls of light.
Oh,
And
Ooh.
I affix them all to Carlos.
all of them to Carlos.
Okay.
Whatever. All right, Carlos. fucking
Vinshenzo shoves
out of
his
the
balls on.
My God.
all 4 of them. Why do you have so many balls, Vin?
All of his balls.
Why?
They are torch-sized lights
Outstanding.
that appear as glowing orbs. Okay.
Anton would follow the group behind, and I'd imagine that Khutula is probably at the very back, unless Ven fights for that position.
Vin's leading us.
I
Right,
mean, he
okay.
probably should, but
He
whatever.
can see better.
Okay.
All right,
we go
we're
down the
heading down the
staircase.
Okay, you walk down the staircase for not very long. It's good, maybe 20 feet down. Not down vertically, but just a 20-foot distance. And then you make it to the bottom of the stairs. Between the rock that's emitting light that is sitting neatly at the bottom of the stairs, the Vinshenzo's dancing balls, and I think Isaac still has a torch, question mark?
Oh, if I don't have another source of light, then yes.
Okay. Anyways, between all of these different sources, excuse me, of light, and then Vinshenzo's own dark vision, you can clearly see that The room before you is round and circular with 3 hallways that seem to be traveling parallel to one another. So one is open in the center of the room, the opposite of you. One slightly positioned off to the right. One is slightly positioned off to the left. 3 hallways.
Can I see anything down these hallways?
You notice that there are a number of alcoves that are
Oh my. Such strange
Number-
architecture.
Number of alcoves that are.
etched into the wall.
I examine carefully
I don't know why my microphone keeps turning off.
the
But
alcoves. I rolled a
with your eyeballs,
7.
or are you doing like an actual Inspector Clouseau close-up look?
I'm looking from far away.
Okay. So you notice that there's cobwebs, and they look dirty.
Are these alcoves big enough for a person to be in?
Yeah, but who the fuck would want to put that there? It's dirty and full of cobwebs. You seem like you're pretty preoccupied with how nasty it looks. That's the effect of your
grimace.
7.
Well, yeah, I was just asking the size.
Yeah. I understand. The size is roughly human, medium creature shape, we'll say.
So these hallways like extend further past my vision.
It's not about at this point in time. It's not about
Or they're like
seeing.
curved or whatever.
It's not about them going too far away. Yeah, that's it. They just happen to vanish out of sight.
Okay,
so you
and
can
there's
see perfectly
3
fine.
Hallways.
It's just
so we're at a 4-way junction.
3 hallways. No, the 3 hallways are running parallel to each other, and they are opposite you. So you enter this circular chamber. In front of you are hallways. One is directly in the center, completely like if you were walking into it. Another one is parallel to that center hallway on the right side of the room, and then the third one same but on the left side of the room. So all 3 of them lead in the same direction. They're just parallel. Or sorry, they're just in a. You get it.
And then where we came from, the stairs. Yeah. Okay.
And then where you came from up the stairs. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's your go, Mr. Santiago. Where should we go from here? The pathway's split.
Carlos would step into the circular room, and he'd start to take a look at all of the doorways and see if there's any inscriptions or anything that would indicate where they lead.
There are some inscriptions, but they are not in a language you understand.
Does anyone recognize these marks?
So Anton, Khutula walk into the room. Khutula would go and look at the markings, the language that Carlos is trying to point out. DM, are these in Draconic or Primordial?
No.
Damn.
Are they in Elvish or Sylvan?
No.
Can Khutula attempt to do a check to kind of guess what the language could be?
Are they dwarvish or
She can attempt
halfling?
to, yes.
No. Is it going to be investigation is what she would roll?
History would be what she's going to roll.
History, okay.
I cannot make out the language.
Me neither. It's like nothing I've seen before.
Looks like 21 for Khutula.
Hell yeah.
It's a very long forgotten dialect of Abyssal.
Oh.
She does not know the language, she just knows that it's ancient. conveniently, she found the same writing matched with the book where she read about the Mask of Calhoun.
I'm writing notes. Hang on.
Does Khutula share these findings?
So does she know which way to go?
She would share it. She would share her knowledge on
Khutula
this.
cannot read this language. She's just able to recognize its.
Yeah, like she's able to
what it
recognize.
is.
She can't read it. She just
Yes.
has a good idea as to what it is. Yeah.
It's
It's like
not
looking at
wise-
Japanese and saying, that's Japanese.
It is not wise to trifle with the creatures of abyssal demons.
Well, I don't imagine many creatures would have survived this long.
You'd be surprised, Mr. Santiago.
I hope not.
I'm trying to decide if the discovery of ancient abyssal would actually make Khutula more worrisome or just interested.
I feel like the Khutula
She's-
has mostly gone the realm of like anxious and stressed. More than
Okay.
she's gone the realm of
Oh, she's
curious
afraid of
and
the dark.
encountering situations where she.
Sorry.
She?
Fear of intense darkness. My bad.
Oh,
I don't know if that would count as that.
well,
If
I guess-
if that's the case, I'm probably going to be using a
I
light spell
attach
again.
my balls to Khutula.
No,
my balls.
I was just going to use
Take
light
my
on the
balls.
fucking dagger that she has.
Hell
Yeah, it seems like something she'd do.
I keep my
Yeah.
balls on Carlos.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
He's the leader.
since the rock is not being used anymore, she's gonna cast light on a dagger that she has. So the light spell is no longer on the rock; it is on the dagger that she has.
Okay, the light surrounding the rock fades, and suddenly she is a bright, shiny. I have to go pee. I'll be right back.
Oh,
Oh, piss in a bottle.
well, I'm gonna get a chunk of bread or something.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Just a second myself. Hang on.
Goodbye, everyone.
Oh,
Oh.
if it's snack time, I'm getting a root beer. Nephis is fishing right now with Grandpa
I wonder what
Oldman.
he'll catch. If Nephis is
Hello, I'm back from my trip.
pissed.
Refreshing
Outstanding.
for asking. Okay. So yes, you're in a circular room. You have no idea what the language is, but you know it's some very ancient,
Yes.
evil slash abyssal text. And there's a bright shiny dagger.
Yes.
Well, something of intense significance. They'd probably have it as like an object of worship, I imagine. And they'd probably want it to be pretty easy to worship it. So why don't we try the central passageway, Vin?
Aye. Okay, Vin carefully approaches the central passage and looks down it carefully.
Be warned, I'm bringing.
He's bringing
In the music bot.
The bringing of
oh,
the music.
the bringer.
Wands if it's
Bringer
too
of music.
loud.
Well,
I'm creeping
that's
down
why I warned you.
the hallway very carefully. Vin is afraid of
Okay.
demons.
Ooh,
Why is there a wolf down here?
that's pretty good. I've asked myself the same question. Okay, yes. So you creep down the as you enter into this hallway, you're able to tell that the reason why you can't see all the way is just because it naturally sort of curves and twists. It's not perfectly straight. Well, it doesn't have like an obvious turn to it. It's just naturally twisting and writhing around the rock. And in fact, in some places, you can tell that the people who had dug this tunnel had missed, dug around nodes of harder veins of stone to maintain the passageway. And some of these jut out intrusively, but not in such a way that would prevent you from walking down the path with any difficulty.
These pathways are the
As you
hallways
walk down these
deceptive.
catacomb tunnels, you notice that each one of the alcoves has a skeleton lying in it that is wrapped in ragged, almost non-existent thin films of cloth. And if one were to touch these strips of cloth, they would disintegrate almost in your hands due to how old they are.
Vin stumbles back upon seeing the skeleton and shrieks.
Vin, what is it? What's wrong?
Oh my.
I think you spooked Khutula. Oh no.
Khutula cast shatter
Okay.
on the corridor.
Just to be clear, did Carlos ever say crypt?
It said catacombs, which is like a crypt.
Well, did you say catacomb?
Yes.
Okay. Oh my. He's just
just a
laying
boy.
there.
Hell, Vin.
Vin, he's been dead a very long time. There's nothing to worry about. It's just a skeleton.
Yes, I have trouble around these things, Mr. Santiago.
Just
I step
keep along the straight and
forward.
narrow, Vin.
I grimace as I pass each one.
I think Vin's made Khutula nervous now at this point.
Khutula would have been fine otherwise, but just
It's just like all the feathers stand up for a moment, like, oh shit.
I've never seen a person's bones before.
The ghosts of meals past.
How macabre.
Goodness.
Okay, we're creeping forward.
come across some sites
Okay.
before. Catacombs beneath cities.
Are you actively watching the floor or
Yes.
doing anything other than just sort of walking carefully down the passageway?
Vin, despite being nervous, is being very attentive as point man and knows very well that none of his
Okay, can you...
comrades have the ability
Sorry,
to
roll
see
me
as well
perception.
as he can. Ayah! 15 plus 5, I believe.
Oh, nice. That's pretty good. So far, the
it-
way is clear, and you don't notice any obvious hazards or other kinds of traps.
Oh, the way ahead is clear.
Eventually, after a couple more minutes of walking, it feels like a long time due to your slow and careful pace, but you eventually come to the end of this specific tunnel, and you notice that it lines up with another hallway that seems to be running perpendicular to this hallway. And if you were to enter it, you would notice that it also connects to the two other flanking parallel corridors that were running alongside the one you just passed through.
These caverns are so winding and confusing.
Well, at least
grow
it seems
frustrated.
that then it's okay. This just means that no matter which path we took back there, it would have led to this spot anyway.
Okay.
So do the tunnels continue forward as well, or do they just go perpendicular now?
They just end. This hallway, this corridor that they have all intersected or ended at. To your right, it runs about maybe 6 feet, and then ends in a small, almost like a shrine. And there's a number of different boxes, chests, pouches, things like that, that seem to be placed delicately around an old stone altar. To your left, the corridor travels just far enough to go past the edge of the leftmost corridor, and then it turns out of sight, going back down, seemingly going back down in the direction you just came from.
Carlos would slip by Vin and cautiously approach the shrine.
Be careful,
Try to
Mr.
figure out-
Santiago. I don't quite like this place.
Definitely isn't my favorite either. But the sooner we find this thing, the sooner we can get out.
For the sake of clarity, 1 tunnel, 2 tunnel, 3 tunnel, and then this one sort of goes like that.
Oh.
Okay.
And you are...
So we came up this one, and then that's the shrine, and then this is where the other one goes that we can't see.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are here.
You are here. Carlos goes here. So yeah, I approach the shrine and just start looking at everything without touching it for the moment. Do I see anything of significance?
One altar. Excuse me. There's the altar that is set on a shelf that seems to have been carved out of the stone wall. There are completely oxidized bronze candles that are now just this sort of black and teal color. There's no more wax, but you can definitely tell that they were once upon a time candlesticks. As you walk closer to the altar, you notice that the desiccated husks of what must have been flowers once upon a time still pollute the surface of the shelf, where there aren't any ancient worn leather bags or small chests. Sorry, not chests, but little boxes or cases. One of them is open, and you notice inside it that that particular one had a loose scattering of parchment papers that are rolled up or crumpled gently.
Do you think these are the belongings of the dead?
Perhaps, or maybe there's some kind of offering to them. Carlos would start going through everything just to make sure. He'd open what chests he could and open what bags he could, but he wouldn't take anything out of them for the moment.
As you begin to touch these offerings, the stone, what did I call it? Not the altar, but the stone shrine
Oh,
before you begins to shift and change into the blunt, thick face of a skull.
I stopped touching everything.
And yeah, you stopped. I'm sure you do, but the skull seems to open its eyes, and the eyes are two gleaming rubies. And the skull states,
"Who are you to access this tomb?"
I stumble
Doom.
back, shocked.
Do the others hear this?
Though the volume is quiet, it seems to resonate well enough to hear it clearly,
I'd imagine Khutula and
as though it is coming
Anton-
from everywhere and nowhere at once.
I'd imagine they just kind of quickly look in all directions, like, what the fuck? What was that? Oh,
So-
shit.
Carlos would take a couple of steps back from like everything, and he'd like kind of stare at the skull for a moment, like in shock. They'd seen some pretty crazy shit before, but he's never seen a wall turn into a skull.
Sure he isn't wondering how much those
As
rubies are
you-
worth?
Not at the moment.
The skull shifts and seems to almost stretch or alter its appearance ever slightly, and every movement that you can register, every change to its detail, comes with the sound of shifting rock. And it sort of blinks its eyes slowly one or two times, and then it fixes you with almost a piercing gaze. The eyes themselves illuminate the core faintly, even though there are other sources of light. It's obvious to tell, well, not in a blinding way, but you can tell that there's that they are emanating light from this mask, this face. It is not a mask. That was the wrong word.
I'm a simple
We've been-
bard here to pay respects to the dead. I show my loot.
You fuck.
Carlos just kind of looks between Vin and the skull to see whether or not it's gonna buy that.
Hell yeah.
You catch a catfish, Nephis.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Sorry, you said you were simply a bard to do what?
A simple
Pay
bard to
respects.
pay respects to the dead.
The light of the ruby eyes fixates on you directly.
And what have you brought to pay respects?
Why the what is it? What is it called? I guess Vin doesn't know. A simple funeral procession. No, not a procession. A simple tune to let their souls rest. There has
The
been
face shifts once again. Its appearance is, and the appearance and structure of it alter to a point where it's still a skull, but is very clearly a different skull. It almost protrudes a little bit farther from the altar and seems to be budging at the physical restraints of its stone surface.
The dead have slumbered long.
Oh, fucking Christ, stop cutting out.
Do not disturb them with your noise. The silence of death is the only song.
Of course. My apologies. I reach into my coin
Wonderful.
purse and grab a handful of, well, a handful of silver pieces. God damn it. And throw them on the ground. I throw 3 silver pieces on the
You
ground.
throw them on the ground.
And say, a simple scattering of wealth for the lost souls.
The ruby gaze averts itself from you, focusing on the silver pieces on the floor, and then quickly trains itself back on you. You feel as though the brightness of the ruby eyes intensifies for a moment and then fades back to its previous intensity. But no message is communicated.
Yes.
Okay, then we're gonna go. I don't know what to say to this. It's a fucking wall skull.
A shape-shifting wall skull
Yeah, I don't like it.
with ruby eyes.
Maybe Khutula could identify what type of creature this is.
I don't think she wants anything to fucking do with this thing.
Probably can start to slowly back up from everything.
I
Back down
think-
the hall.
Unless she thinks it's an illusion, I'm pretty sure she's like, oh boy, oh no.
To figure out what it is.
If only Nephis had decided to go into the church tomb instead of
Khutula.
noodling for catfish.
I'm not Khutula.
Tula's
Would
not
you
getting
like to be
catfish.
Khutula?
No.
I'm legitimately asking, seeing as your character is like stuck on the side of a river for the entirety of this encounter.
I am. Is it possible that Khutula could do an Arcana check on this thing, or no?
It is possible.
I'm gonna have Khutula do an Arcana check now that she's probably not panicking as much, maybe. Alright. Ooh. Where is it? 6? Okay, so 18.
Why did Carlos have to touch the paper?
Given the activity and nature of this stone edifice, you believe that there must be some creature or demon or other type of spirit that has been somehow imprinted into the stone. It has been imbued with a life force of some sort.
I don't think
Sick.
she'll share. I don't know if she can actually share that information. It's a bit concerning, though. Especially the fact that now it's awake.
That's sick.
Does it respond at all to us like backing away from it?
It's fixing its gaze on you all. It seems as though it seems as though it has fixated its gaze on each of you and all of you at the same time. You're both aware that it is regarding the group, but you are also aware that it is keenly observing you.
All right. So as Carlos backs up, he motions for everyone behind him to start moving down the corridor to the tunnel that they have not been to yet.
That's the one we're standing at, right? Or is this the one behind us? That one. Okay. Yeah. Anton and Khutula are gonna start backing up. Kind of slowly, like, oh boy.
Oh, I almost forgot to subtract my silver. Hell yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna do slow move. Gonna be very careful.
Don't like
Thank you, Kardoc.
I'm just gonna quickly.
A creature of the abyssal
That's
realm.
sort of what the map looks like for now.
Shuffle these guys over here.
Not to scale.
Whoa,
Just give me a second.
Oh shit.
Just give me a second.
where are we?
Oh
It's okay.
god, we're lost in a
Okay.
tomb. We're doomed.
There. That is, once again, not entirely to scale, but that is what you are in. Ooh, that's not the button I want.
Are we able to like
Let's
get
get
down this
out
tunnel
of
without
here.
doing anything to us?
Yes, sorry, I'm very focused on trying to make this map, and I apologize. I should be focusing on you. So the skull does not make any other seeming action or reaction to you leaving. However, as each of you rounds the corner out of sight, you almost you can feel the gaze no longer is focused on you. And if you have bothered turning to walk away when you were walking away from the skull, you like the hairs on your back of your neck are raised about as high as they can get. You can feel its eyes following you down the tunnel. As you round the corner, as the last one who rounds the corner, I guess Isaac, you can all hear the crunching and rumbling of stone as it shifts its shape again.
Oh,
This tunnel, oh fuck it. That's fucking huge. This tunnel
whoa.
goes a ways and then does this. Once again, there are little alcoves lining this hallway, but the vast majority of these ones are not much nicer, but they are a little bit more gilded, decorated, and otherwise looking in better shape than the entombed occupants that you had walked past earlier.
Are there dead in these alcoves? Is that what they're supposed to be?
Every alcove is occupied. None of the alcoves are empty. And in fact, lying beside or perched beside, set beside some of these, well, most of these bodies, in fact, are
Stop moving us
various
Don't kill us.
tokens and
I'm leaving.
treasures.
Fine.
There are some very old coins, little oxidized candlesticks, again, pieces of parchment, small knives, other such tokens that are presumably been placed by visitors to accompany the dead to their next journey.
Carlos has to restrain himself from grabbing anything that looks valuable because if the skull
Most of
hadn't
this shit's
appeared-
valuable looking.
Yeah, fucking if the skull hadn't appeared, he'd probably start taking stuff. But the memory of the skull is still fresh in his mind, so he's with some difficulty keeping his hands in his pockets.
Anton and
stopped the party.
Khutula, they
Go
don't
ahead.
touch a damn
What
thing.
is everybody's passive perception? That isn't
15.
because I know yours is
18.
high.
15,
Okay.
allegedly.
Oh, I thought yours was higher. I thought yours was higher.
It's Nephis with the insane.
That's what it is. Khutula, not Anton. Okay, Khutula, Anton. Basically everybody. Fuck it. Everybody roll perception.
Oh.
Okay.
Fine, I will.
Fuck it, because I know all of you are spooked out of your fucking minds and you're all looking around, getting the heebie-jeebies. I say that because you have described yourselves
I
as
rolled
such.
21.
Get Khutula here.
Oops. Oops.
Okay, well, Cthulhu's having quite the luck right now.
What she got?
Oh,
Oh, she has -1. Okay, so she got 18.
Wow, okay. So Isaac is busy tactically shitting himself. Whereas Carlos and Anton and Khutula and Vin, what was your perception roll?
18, I think. Or no, 21, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Fucking A. Okay. So all of you recognize, let me first quickly describe. So each alcove is roughly the length of like a person. So let's say it's like 6'4", just accommodating. It's a person with a little bit extra space. And then in between that is some sort of a stone arch or other such separation between the rows, effectively. And now that you're walking down this corridor, all of you except for Chill, who's become very... You can't see the forest through the trees type of thing. You're too busy looking everywhere at once. You're just starting to miss details because bad juju. But you all notice that there are different carvings or obtrusions on these support columns between the alcove groups of animal heads or different spirits, and all of them seem to be doing the same sort of stretching, shape-shifting. They turn their heads to look at you as you walk past. You can hear the it almost sounds like gravel sliding down a hill from all of the shifting and the moving of these stone edifices. They don't have the same ruby eyes that are shining at you, but you can definitely tell and sort of feel as though you're being observed.
Anton would glance at these things a couple of times, whereas Khutula is probably just trying not to look at them and like clinging to the dagger with the light spell on. It's like, please just.
I have stopped the
God.
party at this point. I turn to Carlos. I speak in Elvish, not knowing if he can understand it, and say, I believe we should get out of here, Carlos. Let the dead rest.
I believe you and Carlos have had interactions in Elvish before.
I heard him, like, mention something, and it was kind of obvious to me as a person outside of the game that Carlos understood me. But Carlos did not reply in Elvish. I don't know if Vin would have
Fair
picked
enough.
that up, but maybe subconsciously. But in the effort to try to shield what is going on from whatever's watching us, I speak in Elvish.
Okay.
So Carlos would kind of raise an eyebrow at Vin, but before Vin could like say anything else or like repeat it in English or common, Vin would respond in kind and Elvish. Normally I'd agree, but I'm already under contract to get this thing.
Ugh. Carlos, what have you gotten us wrapped up in?
Oh shit.
Is that in Elvish too?
Yes. Okay, I continue leading. reluctantly.
Okay. As you start walking down the corridor again, I'm gonna get everybody to roll one more perception roll.
Oh
Sure.
my.
Well,
Oh
nat
my.
20
Hell yeah,
at
dude.
25.
I rolled an 8.
God fucking damn. I'm honestly going to consider Isaac's incredible success at perception to actually be a bad thing for him. The reason being is you've just come into incredible sensory overload in terms of just the sheer realization of everything that you haven't noticed. Well, all of the fucking moving, shaping objects, plus the fact that you now hear whispering.
Oh no.
And it follows you, and it's like there's something right behind you, right beside you, right in front of you, above, below, every angle. Your ears are just, it's not bombarding you, but it's just this silent background
Corazo Calunomas.
over and over and over again.
Hell yeah.
And it's barely loud enough for you to hear, but it is enough for you to understand quite clearly the whispering. It is coming from several of the we'll call them gargoyles just for the sake of the fact that they are like animal protrusions or stone totems or this, that, and the other thing. Like they are whispering. It seems like many voices.
Anton and Khutula don't hear anything of this nature, do they? I don't think they do. Oh, they do?
Hang on, sorry. 5. Never mind. You, Khutula does not. She is oblivious.
Yeah, she's probably busy panicking.
She's more focused on other things, or
like
maybe she's hard of hearing. Who knows?
It's like I don't look up, don't look at it. Just keep walking.
Don't look up, don't look down, don't look to the left or right. Just don't look in general.
Just
Look at
follow the people in front of you.
Yes.
Trying not to panic. Very hard down here.
Okay. Yeah, Isaac, just as a point to remember, you do have the ability to call on Gotrek, just because you did state those words. He did tell you. All you have to do, in his words, call his name, and he will come.
I'm just waiting for something to like scare
Isaac.
Isaac, and he just fucking
I'll
screams.
come for you.
Look, I'm waiting
Okay.
for shit to truly hit the fan.
Alright, I keep leading the group reluctantly.
You put yourself as far down that corridor as you want, big boy. I'll stop you when I need to stop you.
Oh shit! Vin!
Then oh, he stumbled and fell.
No!
Oh no!
Okay.
Now you gotta repair your instrument again.
He trips, takes critical fall damage.
No!
He died.
Oh no, I ripped my loner clothes. Now I can't get the return of my security deposit.
No!
Okay.
At the end of this corner is a. Oh, I was really hoping that'd be cool. Okay, that's fine. It goes like that. You enter into a natural cavern that descends below you quite deeply. And if I were to even roughly mimic the artistic skills of Devon, it would look something like this, where the black is sort of it falls away. It's deep down there. You can see like stalagmites and stalactites coming from the floors and ceilings.
I stop
You can
short
tell
and
that
throw
water-
my hand back onto Carlos's chest and say, "Watch your step, Mr. Santiago."
It's not super fucking narrow. Well, it's like the width of the corridor you've already been walking, and it's not a straight drop. It just falls away quite sharply.
Yes.
Yes.
But he might not be able to see it as well.
It's true. I'm not denying your heroic efforts to save your buddy. I'm just further explaining the dimensions of the room to those who are capable of witnessing its grandeur.
It's approximately
There.
deep.
I break the guardrail.
It's approximately big. There is no guardrail. Cool
I know.
shit.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Nephis fell down.
How did Nephis get down there?
How did you get down here?
How did he get down here?
He floated in. He floated in his boat.
Nephis. Oh no!
Fucking hell. Amazing. So yeah, you you notice that this and it kind of goes like that. Boop, it goes out behind you. You've emerged into this natural cavern, and at the edge of the cavern, farther deep into this platform of the cavern, you notice that there is a much bigger altar. There's a set of stone steps that are hewed into the rock that bring you down onto the platform. And you see an empty throne that is carved out of the rock, as well as two sarcophagi that are on a lower, a little bit farther forward and flanking the this throne. And behind the throne, on the wall of the cavern, is this huge mural. It is like 20 feet high, and it spans most of the back wall of the cavern. This massive mural of incredibly intricate and complicated carvings. And the longer you look at it, even in one spot, they become intricate, more detailed, and they reveal. It's almost uncomfortable as you watch. It seems to almost change and shift
How
without
beautiful.
moving in front of your eyes. There
Can-
is natural light in this cavern. The entire cavern is dim light, I guess, whatever the
Oh.
different fucking levels of vision. It's not total darkness. There's like light reflecting somehow off of the water from below, and it's got that eerie reflection on the cavern ceiling. And there are bats flitting about in the top, as you can
I would
hear
like
as
to
part of
roll
this
history on the
totally
art
accurate
piece.
ambiance. Okay.
On the mural.
On the mural.
I
Not really much of a
rolled-
roll. You just kind of dropped it. If you want to try and actually roll it like on a dice tower or something, I'd
Okay,
allow that.
I'll roll it again.
I witnessed the dice, and it looked as though it was just placed down.
Oh.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
11 plus 3. Yeah, 14.
It is a magnificent work of art, and you're not quite sure this is actually the work of dwarves anymore. Though you still don't really know the origin. But it doesn't seem dwarfish enough.
How peculiar.
Can Khutula see the mural?
There's dim light.
I would assume that she can.
So, you were saying there was text on it, right?
Mm.
Nope.
No?
There's intricate images that the longer you look, even in just one place, they seem to get more detailed, and they seem to change shape without actually moving. It's
Okay.
like one of those holographic cards where if you look at it one way, it's one picture, and look at another way, it's another picture. Except it's that level of mindfuck, but it's not about you moving around. You can just look at it and it fucking moves.
Okay.
It's very
He would have briefly looked at it, if anything, just trying not to fall down this giant freaking hole here. Thank you. I
Is that
thought there
a
was
current
text.
roll or a past roll?
What?
Chill.
Chill pinged his dice. We haven't heard you, Chill.
Oh, that would have been an accidental ping then.
Oh.
I have not done any rolling.
Okay, so I'm just gonna move this away for the sake of myself. I'm gonna put that over there because a nat 20 is very useful sometimes. I didn't want to. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't just a cheeky nat 20 that hadn't gone acknowledged.
No, that was the bad juju nat 20.
Ah, bad juju. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Speaking of that, you will have disadvantage on anything that causes terror or otherwise will frighten you. You will have disadvantage on your saving throw for that, just because of how fucking like overwhelmed you are right now by the sheer, we'll say, constant activity that is going on, because you are just too tuned to the environment. You are too aware of how these images are just, they're itching into your brain almost. The whispering, it's now coming from inside your head. You see everything, just, it's too much at this point for Isaac. He paid too much attention.
Oh shit.
Come down into the pit, Isaac.
Nope, you can fuck right off. I just go home.
Yeah, I'm out. Peace,
Fucking
y'all.
voice, my god.
Okay.
Walk through these stupid fucking
I allow
stone
Carlos
fucking
to
hallways
take
myself.
the
I'm
lead
getting outta here.
again.
All right, Carlos moves up, and he starts to take a look at everything in the room from a closer perspective. Takes a look at the throne, takes a look at the sarcophagi, tries to see if there's
How
any
close
place
do you get
that,
to the throne?
probably say like 10 feet away from it.
The moment you stop to look at the throne, because I assume you're gonna like stand and examine the throne for a moment, but the moment you stop walking, a stone figure sitting on the throne materializes out of nowhere. It just appears from nothing before your eyes. It is not like walking or do anything. It's almost as though it was part of the throne the entire time. Just this stone figure, and it the same thing. It seems as though it is looking at you. It opens its eyes, the skull head with its bright ruby eyes, and it fixates on you.
Does it?
The same
Say anything?
creature.
No.
Okay. Hello. Who might you be?
The same creature.
Is it though?
It might be.
Does it respond?
His eyes are the same.
Oh.
I am the Watcher of the Dead. I keep the internal vigil. I am the sentinel of the crypt.
Does everybody else hear this or no?
Oh yeah, it is the same as with the skull. Like, it is clearly talking from there, but it is also talking from everywhere.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. not knowing what else to do, really, because let's be honest, this situation is kind of bonkers. Carlos decides to ask the statue a question, another question. Well, Sentinel, do you know of Calhoun?
Oh.
Oh hell, here we go.
Oh, that's a good question. Hang on, let me just clear my throat. There we go.
When did I?
Oh.
Calhoun is father to us all. He is the guiding light of death. He is the bearer of the torch into the next life.
Was Calhoun entombed here?
Calhoun, much like his followers, has chosen this crypt to be his final resting place.
So, Carlos would look over his shoulder at the everyone else behind him and kind of like nod in either direction towards the two sarcophagi and kind of like indicating like, hey, go take a look at that. See if what we're looking for is in there.
Vin shakes his head.
Anton really isn't sure about this anymore, and Khutula is just kind of staring at this thing like, I don't know about this anymore.
Carlos kind of gives like a more intense look, like, come on, this is why you're here.
Oh my god.
Come on, just do it.
Vin is petrified, shakes his head wildly.
And Anton just isn't sure about this anymore, just too much, just... This is disturbing, clearly, and I think Khutula is not... Yeah.
Alright. So, figuring that if this Sentinel had the power to stop them, it would probably stop them if they just went and tried to grab something, so he decided to just come out and say what they're there for. We've been...
Oh, shit.
Do you know of Calhoun's mask? Is that here? So should I be imagining like everyone else kind of like huddled into a ball behind me, like, or what?
I'm just standing
I think so.
wide-eyed, watching the fucking statue behind you.
I'd imagine everybody's huddled pretty much, yeah.
I'm not huddled.
Oh, well, fuck you. Oh, God.
I mean, I'm scared,
Why are there
but I'm
stone
not a
faces crawling
child.
down from the ceiling?
Oh, my battery's low.
Its battery is low. Yeah, there are.
Yeah.
As per Isaac's statement, the same types of faces and animal heads and other types of things seem to be connected to the stalagmites on the ceiling. And they're all forming and shifting quietly and observing the transaction from above.
Okay, that's fucking it. I fucking use sending on Carlos. And I talk directly into
I haven't had a chance to answer
Oh, I'm
Carlos. I
sorry.
don't know if you want to do something before that or after that, but Carlos did ask the question about the mask. And the only reason I haven't answered yet is because I was background fuckery, which would have been really
He was
funny if
fuck-
Chill had
he was
failed his
doing
fucking wisdom save.
Unfortunately,
Oh, it
I
would've been
rolled
good.
well.
Okay. I do sending
Yeah, sadly he didn't break.
before.
Anyways,
I talk directly
Yep.
into fucking Carlos's skull and say, I use one of my level 3 spells to say, this fool's errand isn't worth our lives, Carlos. There are things here that you do not understand. He hears that inside his mind.
It's supposed to be a simple job.
Carlos would just kind of like respond in kind, like,
You can
Yeah.
respond.
yeah, I know things aren't going how we expected, but we're almost done. Just we just need to get it and run.
Okay.
fucking A,
Calhoun's mask is buried with him. He has brought his possessions and artifacts of his to the next life.
Okay.
Is there any way we could convince you to let him part with it? Oh my god.
We're all going to die.
I figure asking's better than just up and taking it. Well,
Says
if
the
he can actually
fucking
do something.
thief. Let's fucking
Well,
go.
we've already been found out, right?
Look,
so this is.
Might say
Let me talk my
no.
way out of this, okay?
He might say yes.
That's
Yes.
fair. Okay.
That is not fair.
Or options that don't end up with us automatically dying.
The Mask of Calhoun is borne by all. You may take it without consequence if you are pure of devotion. Those who are not may wish they had not taken it. In order to return, you must pay the price.
It's ultra bad juju.
Chill, you can go ahead and do that fancy roll once again. Oh, he's voluntarily going. Never mind.
So does Isaac just start running out of the fucking room or what?
Do you just dip? Because if you're not gonna voluntarily dip, I do want you to make a fucking willpower saving throw, or whatever the fuck it's called. Wisdom.
I will do another willpower save. He is not yet leaving, but it's very close to.
Oh no.
5.
It's too much. Your eyes are hurting, your stomach is weak, your mind itself is just almost entirely scrambled. Your you have succumbed to either staring directly at this at the mural behind the throne, or at the faces that seem to be crawling and dancing their way along the stalagmites on the ceiling, or maybe you're just transfixed to the ruby eyes of this skeletal figure made of stone. But either way, you can't take it anymore. You have snapped. You need to get the fuck out. There is something that is too unnatural, too unnerving, and it's just wrong. Everything here is wrong, and you need to get out.
I run off screaming.
Khutula and Anton turn around completely just to see that just Isaac just goes running off.
How queer.
I disappear in a
Move
cloud of
yourself
fucking smoke
too
and
far,
screaming.
But yeah, you fucking disappear around the corner.
I'm gonna have Anton walk over here and try to see if he can spot Isaac just running down. And then Khutula's probably not going to move anywhere. Just turn around and just like, what the hell?
Petrified.
I'd imagine that I don't see Isaac anymore.
No, you don't see him.
I wonder
It's
if
pitch black in there.
Shit. In that case, Anton's going to back into...
asshole had the torch.
Yeah, and you've got dancing lights, and Khutula has light. So, I think we're the ones that are okay for right now. Oh, Isaac, oh god.
Oh, that's sick.
That's badass.
That's sick.
DM, I don't know if Khutula would be able to determine anything of this. The skeleton said something about purity, correct?
What?
Champions.
Purity of purpose, or purity of something like that.
Purity of purpose.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he stated anybody can take, just as a rewind, he stated that anybody can take the mask, those of which who have purity of, I think I said purpose, will not suffer any consequences. However, for it to be returned, a price must be paid.
Oh.
Okay, so that's actually...
Does anyone have any dead relatives that they want to commune with?
Khutula might have a friend to talk to, if anything. I don't know if that would bother her or not, though.
I would like to point out that so far you have not seen the mask. Like, you have not identified it. I'm specifically stating this to Carlos because he's the only one who's actually seen a picture of what it's supposed to look like. He has not seen it anywhere yet. I don't think the rest of you guys know anything other than what he tells you it's supposed to look like, but he's actually seen a picture of it.
Yes. Yeah, I don't pretty much know.
A drawing.
Purity of purpose.
You have any dead relatives you want to talk to, Carlos? Or friends?
Does Finn ask this out loud, I wonder?
No.
Okay.
Carlos Crusty Bottoms.
Carlos, you bastard!
Vin just fundamentally will not, like, willingly open a fucking coffin, so he's just standing there kind of wide-eyed at the statue.
Once again,
Carlos
it is looking at everybody and each of you individually all at once.
So disturbing. Carlos is having just like an internal struggle with himself, trying to figure out whether or not he should be, whether or not he really should be concerned, or whether or not it's worth it.
It's time to decide.
Sentinel, what do you mean by purity of purpose?
Fuck. I expected you to answer this question. I just have to clear my throat again. Hang on. Ooh, this beer should help.
Oh.
Oh no.
Fuck, it's empty. What? Fuck you! I haven't been drinking much. Fuck.
Shit.
I got COVID.
Fucking
Give me
DM.
some slack.
Oh no.
Shit, he's got both.
Okay, I got both of them. I need some fucking big naturals to cure me. Anybody got a pair?
Hell yeah.
It's fine, I'll go find them myself. So he states... Hang on.
Okay.
The Archlich Calhoun made it his life's purpose to shepherd the living to the land of the dead. Those who care about delivering and respecting the dead to their final rest may harbor the mask without effort or consequence. Those who do not.
Ugh.
Hell yeah.
So basically, ugh. So someone that would actually be like wanting to make sure someone was like buried correctly or whatever would be fine. Is that what he's trying to say?
Effectively, he's stating that the Mask of Calhoun, which belonged to the Archlich Calhoun,
Stop.
will not be bad to somebody who understands the position, as his chief responsibility was ensuring that those who had passed on to the next world were treated with the respect in death that they had earned in life, and ensure that they were not, treated or born poorly. They had, he'd helped them pass on to the next whatever, with dignity and grace and the respect that he felt they deserved.
That is a large undertaking, Carlos.
Well, there's one person I can think of that would have that in them.
Oh god, who are you looking at?
Hey, retard, you wanted to die for me?
I'm so
Hey, he said without consequence. Dick.
Carlos, who are you looking at?
But it
Well-
also seems that it's a deal of infinite servitude to keep that going until either you die or someone else takes the mantle. Is what it seems to me.
We have somebody that wants to take the mantle, so
Yes, but we're not them.
yes, but we will be giving it to them.
It's complicated, Carlos.
I know.
Boy, I hate to be the guy who's paying all the money for this.
All he knows what he's getting
I
himself
mean,
into.
for all you know, maybe it is like a bang up swell guy who just wants it to help, and you don't know. All you know is that you got to
Yeah,
take this thing and deliver
we're
it for
helping.
150 gold pieces. You don't know.
So
I mean,
Carlos
maybe
would,
it also could be a fucking asshole.
Carlos would turn around and look at Vin and Anton. Well, I have a feeling that you two probably possess this purity of purpose more than anyone else here. Probably have a very high respect for the dead. Am I wrong?
I need not to commune with my ancestors, that they have been given proper burials.
Anton, consider these words.
His fallen comrades.
Yeah, his fallen comrades. I don't know if Khutula would react at all. I don't know if she would. I don't know how much death she would have really witnessed aside from the one of her friend, but that's pretty much it. Anton, however, pretty much exposed to death on a regular
I don't
basis.
think you know anything about her backstory.
I don't.
I'd say that more in the sense that, like, I'll tell you for the sake of vagueness, but also enough of an answer is she has not had a close enough brush with death that you have that would cause her to treasure that as much as you might think she would.
Okay. Anton would probably be willing, I'd say. There's two sarcophagi. I guess he just kind of looks at both of them, wondering where exactly Calhoun is buried.
So, Sentinel, which sarcophagi belongs to the late Calhoun?
Heracles Calhoun has been married as according to his demands with his flock.
Oh.
Wait, what?
What?
With his flock,
This flock?
his people.
Wait, I'm sorry, married in accordance with his flock? Is that what I heard?
In accordance with his demands. Basically, I guess he wanted to be buried with it, like, amongst his
buried.
people.
Buried, I'm sorry. Okay. I was so confused for a second. I'm like, what the hell? All right.
So are you saying that he's... Are you saying he's intermixed with the other, what's the fucking word for that we're using for the
Block.
alcoves?
Oh.
So are you saying that he was buried within the alcoves that we passed already?
The skull does not respond. It just fixes its gaze on you more than it already had.
Why?
Like Carlos personally feels as though that the skull is, or the thing is no longer looking as hard at everybody else and is now more looking at him, but nobody else feels that. Everybody else feels as though it's staring at them quite intently, except for Isaac. He's gone.
Hi, Isaac.
Fucked off.
Poor guy.
Yeah, I'm gone.
He just needs
I
to go
wonder
do
if
some
anyone actually
fishing.
saw what I rolled.
He'll do some fishing. Everything will be okay. All right.
I guess we'll just have to look. I guess just don't touch anything unless it's the mask. I'll check this one, I guess.
Where do you want me to check? Anton seems more willing now.
Check the other one. So Carlos would head one way and take a look at the sarcophagus and
Anton's gonna check.
see
He's
if he
going to
can't
check this one.
push the lid open.
He pushes the lid open.
Hello, sorry. You pushed the lid open. Just really quickly, it is currently 10 after 10.
Yes.
Do you want to finish this without having to worry about an interruption next week? Or do you want to push on and then, have to stop a little bit of the way through?
Honestly,
I don't know what everybody's time restraint is, given that it is, again, 10:10.
I'm okay.
I'm good to keep going for a little
I'm
bit
good.
more. I don't want to get too far into it if somebody has to go do other things.
I'm perfectly fine. The only other question I have is what would the player for Khutula actually do in this situation? But that's the only thing that really crosses my mind. Otherwise, I'm fine.
I feel like this is like the perfect balance of too spooky but also too interesting that Khutula wouldn't run away, but she sure as shit ain't going Scooby Doo.
Oh hell no!
For clues.
No, she's anxious as hell, but she's still interested, I'd imagine. So, I don't
I
see
would
her
imagine.
like
Okay.
running the fuck out of here. I don't see that. At least right
Okay,
now.
I'm going to go pee really quickly once more, and we will continue with the opening of the sarcophagus.
Okay.
I would encourage everybody else to also do the same.
Oh, snack time again? Hell yeah, dude.
I'm peeing.
Fuck off, Ghost of Nephis.
Ghost of Nephis.
It is me, your friend Nephis. Come down the hole. Nephis would be going ham on these. I'd hope these would be the size of the eggs.
I'm back.
It's yummy.
Oh no.
I hope Knight packed some fish eggs for his expedition.
I have
Okay, I'm back.
crackers.
Crackers.
Rare.
Get back.
Ah, fuck. There we go. Okay. Is everybody here, or did somebody else go and pee? I just want to make sure before we continue.
Knight's back.
I hear Knight. I hear Carlos. I heard Nephis. Is Vinshenzo here? Okay, not yet. Isaac.
Isaac can't come to the phone right now.
Please leave a
he's
message.
He's dealing with something else. Okay, we're just waiting on Seeker. I'm gonna let him get back.
So far from what I've
Did everybody have a pee break?
understood though, like this sounds like a good lich. And from what
Yeah,
I've
but we don't
understood-
want it for good purposes.
You don't want it for any purposes. You guys don't want it. You want to give it to somebody who wants it. Actually, technically, you're giving it to somebody who wants to give it to somebody who wants it.
Yeah.
So here's the problem.
Here's the
I'm
problem.
kind of sort of wanting it now.
Take it. It's yours for the taking.
That's my problem with this.
He's
Nephis got
gonna
out of
get
the hole.
closure.
Wear the mask.
The mask.
Wear the mask.
I need to figure out how you do that, Devon, because I feel like that could really step up my DM game. Uh-oh. He fell down the hole.
I'll get the rope again.
Climb back up, Devon. Devon, climb up.
Oh god, he's being murdered.
Ugh.
Oh no.
S- oh,
Seeker can do it.
oh,
Ah,
oh.
how the hell did you get up here so quick?
Because he did it.
Oh. Well, nice deck save.
Oh.
Oh, he's back. Hello.
I've been here.
And with reverb. I asked if you were here and you didn't say anything.
Didn't I just fucking say something?
Let us continue.
Yeah, just now. I asked you like 2 minutes
Before
ago.
that, you
Fuck you.
dumbass.
Oh, no.
Don't fuck with
okay.
me, Chris.
Yeah, okay. Which sarcophagus? I will fuck with you all I want. Which sarcophagus are you opening?
Yeah, right.
Both of them.
Carlos is getting the left one, Anton's getting
Yeah,
the right.
once or one at a time?
Damn, these niggas.
Okay.
All at
All-
once.
Yeah.
Anton's probably going to wait just a minute, just kind of looking at the sarcophagus. So,
Oh, so he's gonna let Carlos go first.
Egg
Well,
yolk
no,
moon cake.
no, he's just trying to figure out if this is really something he wants to do. Like, he's getting ready to open somebody's sarcophagus here.
There's no turning back.
So he's just kind of contemplating before even consider opening it.
You've already.
Are you going to examine the sarcophagus at all before you open it?
I would love to do that if that was possible for Anton.
Yeah.
Oh,
Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Fuck. All right.
damn, dude.
Ah,
Anton
God
got
damn
did
it.
dirty.
I got 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it freaking
got
rolled
13.
under. It got under Carlos's bowl over there.
Okay, so I will tell the both of you this, and then I will go into detail as to what happens to Anton. But the both of you, upon reaching the sarcophagi and analyzing them, you notice that they are covered in the same sort of carvings as the mural on the wall behind the throne at the back of the cavern. And then the longer you look at them, the more sort of ridiculous they get in terms of, changing shapes and becoming bizarre and just generally unnerving your mind. For Carlos, it's just kind of hard to look at. Like a combination of garish colors that hurt your eyes, as well as giving you a sort of queasy feeling. But it's just stone patterns that continue to morph and change shape without moving. It's really hurting your brain, but you're not otherwise affected by it. The fact is just weird. Anton, you look upon these images and these visages and this entire experience starts to really play into your mind. And instead of it just being random images and that swirl and shapeshift and form into one another, you start to realize that it's actually telling you a story, and it entrances you. You realize that this sarcophagus is telling you the story of the life of the man who is entombed within it. And the longer that you gaze into it, the more that you are encapsulated by the experience, and your gaze is you're just hypnotized almost. And you feel the trance, thank you. You witness the warmth of the mother's love of this individual, and you can feel how exhilarating it was when he rode a horse for the first time, and the incredible brilliance of when he fell in love, the pain of losing companions in combat. You can feel everything: hunger, starvation, pain, loss, joy, everything at once. As you stare at the sarcophagus, you experience the life of the person who's been entombed within the sarcophagus.
Anton would not fight any of this. He would be interested in the entire story, no issues, and enjoys every single. He wants to know the story, and getting to see it brings a little tear to his eye, I would say. Is he able to see a nameplate, anything to identify this individual that could be in here?
No, but you're intrinsically the first thing that pops into your head as you think about this is the name Marunath.
Marunath?
Even though you have not read it anywhere, even though there's no script that you can depict, as soon as you as soon as you search, you start searching this just in the back of your head. That's the first thing that pops up.
Can I do a history check? Or will I not know that?
Yeah, you can try and think about it. You can try.
Hell yeah.
That'd be an 18.
You know, based on the images and the experiences that you just had connecting with this sarcophagus, that the person entombed within this sarcophagus is named Marunath, and you know that because he told you. Through the carvings and the message and the experience that you've just endured, you've connected with this creature who has been buried with him, and you know this is his name because he told it to you.
Anton nods. Would he be able to know this person, this warrior's affiliation, if he was just somebody from around this land, or was he Tarvian, something else?
Was it a warrior?
This was a leader of men. This was a noble.
Leader-
This was an individual
noble,
who came
okay.
from a position of privilege, and as such, was given the honor of having a sarcophagus here after he had passed from a long life of experiences. Really, he died in his bed, surrounded by his children and grandchildren, and luckily he lived long enough to even see bouncing great grandchild swaddled in blankets. These were the last things he was able to see from his bedchamber before he passed, surrounded by family and friends.
I'm trying to figure out how exactly to respond to this. This guy's kind of cool.
I mean, he didn't actually say it to you. You just underwent the revelation that the reason that the name popped up in your head is because that you had this experience. The history check itself is recognized.
Yeah, Anton enjoyed the experience. He actually likes this guy. He's just probably trying to find the words as to what to say. He looks like he's resting in peace, though. And the question is, I mean, he's still lingering, isn't he? Is Anton able to tell this, or is he just resting inside here?
You're aware that the memory of him and his life is kept on through this sarcophagus. It is the story of his life that is being told in the stonework. It is not actually a remnant of its soul or anything. It is passed.
Okay.
It's passed peacefully on to the beyond. But somehow somebody was able to basically imprint his life onto this stonework.
Anton feels like he wants to say something, but he knows that if he'll say something, he probably wouldn't hear him. And he goes to step away from the sarcophagus without opening it. He just backs away and is happy with what he saw, and goes to walk over towards Carlos to see what he's got.
Okay, Carlos, will you be opening that? This will be Anton's experience took him maybe a minute or two of his life, even though it felt for him longer. In reality, it only took a minute or two. So in that time, weird pictures doesn't make you really feel good. What do?
Yeah, Carlos probably would have turned his head slightly away and just tried to push the lid a little bit, see if it would open up, and if it gave, then he'd open it up enough to look inside.
Yep, you're able to put enough. You push it initially, and it starts to budge, and it doesn't require a titanic effort of force or anything, but you give it a little bit of a harder shove, and it slides open enough for you to be able to peer inside.
Awesome. Do I see the mask?
Within, you see the
Oh.
preserved corpse of someone. Ancient dusty robes. You can tell it's a he, based on the manner of clothing.
Well,
But you can tell that he had his organs preserved and jarred, and they're in there with him. He is holding a sword, and the sword is quite intricate. It's grasped between his two hands across his chest. But apart from that, you do not see a bone mask.
Is Anton able to walk over, or no? Am I still entranced during this time?
Yeah, you can walk over. I just wanted to make sure. No, you're good. Oh, excuse me.
Is it possible for me to get the same trance with this sarcophagus? Would I be able to experience the similar visions?
Less hypnotic. You were able to, but yes, you were able to comprehend to a certain degree. You just sort of willingly lose yourself in the in these inscriptions, and you're able to undergo the same experience.
What is the story of this one's life? What is his name?
The story of this one's life is the story. It's not quite as well. It's still emotionally raw, but it's not quite as dramatic. This is someone who was born into a safe life, who had an arranged marriage, who had everything. Like, he never saw any personal hardship. He never went through any periods of, starvation or terror or anything. However, he did endure other people's hardship. He was somebody who was an administrator, a responsible man who looked after the well-being of other people, and even if he himself was not going through any hard times, he would still be compelled to excuse me, act on behalf of other people to make their lives better. And not quite the same level of intensity in this man's life, simply due to the nature of his work, but it is one of a lot more peace and tranquility. Once again, there's a family. However, this man, he died peacefully in his sleep, alone, but peacefully in his sleep.
The humble man.
Not a humble man, a man
Fair.
of wealth and power who was a good person,
Fair.
or wealth
Sorry.
and privilege who was
The wrong word.
Wow.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't think I would be able to stop Carlos from doing anything else as he's looking at this.
He already opened it after you, or before
Yeah.
you came over. So you came over and you saw this after he'd opened it.
Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. I didn't know if anything else would have happened during my trance.
It's about it, really, unless somebody else wants to do anything.
Would Anton share any of this information with me once he came out of his trance?
I don't know the name of this individual. It was never told to me.
Suffice to say, this doesn't look like it's Calhoun.
Neither of them are.
Carlos would give the sword a long, hard look before begrudgingly closing the sarcophagus lid.
Anton.
Ruby gaze lessen in intensity as you close the sarcophagus lid and step back.
Anton looks to Carlos. None of these people are him. Leave these ones to rest.
Carlos would move back to the group such that it was, and well, neither of these are Calhoun, from what the Sentinel hinted at. We'll probably find Calhoun somewhere in the three parallel corridors once we get back to that dividing sector, or once we get back to that crossroads, we'll have to probably split up and take a look down each corridor.
I am
I
not
would
one in
say-
favor to be part of a party that is exhuming corpses.
We're not. All we're here for is the mask. And the Sentinel's already said that we're free to take it. So, as long as we take nothing else, I don't believe any harm will come to us.
Yes. Vin is just
Even-
saying he doesn't want to be part of the process of exhuming corpses.
All I need from you, Vin, is to help find it. Once you find it, Anton and I can take care of it.
Anton, after seeing these two stories,
Carlos didn't even listen to me.
is Anton,
Carlos
though,
doesn't want
after
to.
seeing these two stories, is perhaps a lot more willing to help Carlos, though he's not crazy about the idea of him taking Calhoun's mask. If there is no consequence, and whoever gets this, does right by it, well, yeah.
Did Anton and or fucking Carlos communicate to anyone that the fucking mind power that washed over them when they touched the fucking coffins?
I don't think Carlos witnessed
Carlos
it.
had nothing happen to him.
It was,
He felt queasy.
Yeah.
yeah, but it was just a
You guys have
fucking
been
weird
feeling the same
sarcophagus.
thing the whole time since looking at the mural. It's the same effect. It kind of hurts your eyes, and it's really uncomfortable to look at because of the fact that it moves without moving, and your brain is constantly trying to like reform the pictures that it's seeing and all this kind of stuff. Anton basically like gave into the madness, and he was able to determine the purpose of it.
Yeah.
Carlos just
And
didn't like what he was looking at,
Was
like
that
again,
communicated?
like
those
fucking glaring
feelings?
colors.
you two were arguing there for a moment, and I was actually tempted to go ahead and relay what I saw. I don't know if the skeleton behind me would be very happy about that, but I'm willing to relay what I saw, starting with Marineth's story.
Well, don't relay it if you weren't going to relay it.
Well, I mean, seeing the two argue, I mean, I was tempted to go ahead and just do it anyway. So
Oh. Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna tell the other three about pretty much Marineth's story, what I saw. Basically
How
pointing
much
off.
detail are you willing to go into? Because that will determine how much time it takes for you to tell this person's life story.
Hell yeah.
I try to go. I try to at least. I'm gonna be vague just to keep it short. But I pretty much
Okay.
explain the key points of what I saw. So, to these three.
That's insane. You were able to see their lives?
Yes.
And you want to unearth more bodies out of their resting place.
Only the one that we've been approved of.
And which one is that, Mr. Santiago?
The one that has the mask.
Oh,
Look, all the alcoves
How
are open. All the alcoves are open. All we need to do is peer inside and see if it has a mask. If it has a mask, that's Calhoun. If it doesn't, it's not.
and these effects
None of
on
the
your
others-
mind? What if they wear?
I will
wear away
point
your
out as
sanity?
a point of order, the only two sarcophagi you've seen are the two that are in this current room. The rest of them have just been open alcoves with uncovered bodies.
Yes.
Yeah. I have a feeling, though, that those ones without, those exposed ones, I'd imagine that they were once his followers. So,
Yeah.
I'd imagine.
So the mask may not even be here.
Well, if it's not here, then you don't have to worry about any curses, do you?
Yeah, you got a point.
No, he doesn't. He just said fucking mind effects on you, Anton.
Hey, I gave into the
Anton liked
madness. I liked it, man.
Yeah,
Fuck
that's
you.
fucked up. Colorful pictures in my head.
Whatever, let's get moving.
All right, let's get
Okay.
moving.
So Carlos would take the lead since it's already been determined that there aren't really any traps around. And as he moves through here, he'd check each alcove, make sure that Calhoun wasn't there, even though he isn't expecting to find him.
There weren't any traps in the
You do
air.
not see him in this hallway.
Outstanding. Okay.
Oh,
What?
we're gonna get doinked on so fucking hard, dude.
Shut up.
Probably.
As you round the corner, you feel the ruby gaze of the plinth, but it is not as intense as it was when you had experienced it last.
Oh,
Wow. That's one hell of a picture.
Damn it, Devon. Oh my
Anyway. Alright, I'll take this passageway. One of you will take the center and just double check, then one more will take the last.
okay.
god.
I take the center.
Of course you do.
Anton is going to grab out a torch.
Let's split up.
Let's split up,
And-
gang.
I'm gonna say Cthulhu's.
Who can cast light?
I mean, she could cast light on my sword. The problem is that she's using it on her dagger right now to.
I can cast
See.
dancing balls,
Oh yeah, that's right.
but Anton would have to be close to me.
I mean, I'm heading past you anyway. I'm probably gonna have Khutula follow Carlos though.
You can
I mean-
you can light a torch if you want. I'm not trying to tell you not to. I'm just saying, like, hey, what does Khutula do?
I would not be able to keep you lit with dancing lights if you go in the other fucking place.
Anton's just gonna use a torch, and then Khutula is probably going to help with
Carlos.
looking in these alcoves with Carlos.
What is
I would
this?
say. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's
It's a
broken.
white box.
So Anton expends a torch and walks this way. Don't know if that skull would cause me any issues.
I do not look at any of the bodies and go to the end of the
Just-
hallway.
Wow, what a bitch.
As Anton, fucking Vin just like goes over.
Sorry, which hallway were you in?
The middle
He's
one.
the center one, the one that we already went through.
Okay, well, you come across Isaac fucking in the fetal position, rocking back and forth
What?
with his hands clamped as hard as he can around his ears.
Oh my god.
Mr. Stormwind.
And it's in pitch darkness, too. There's no light.
Oh my god!
He's actually there.
Oh my god, I thought it was just a goof.
No.
Mr. Stormwind, let's get you out of here. I kneel down and try to help him up.
It's been for the sake of chill, it's effectively been half an hour of Isaac experiencing what I told you he experienced.
Just terror, just sheer terror.
So as a side note, just so you're aware, special forces guys in the modern day exposed to that fucking cry and pee their pants. I have seen it. So do with that information as you will.
I light dancing lights cantrip and try to help him up.
Okay. I don't know if Chill's mic is muted and he doesn't realize it, but he's being stoically quiet. Maybe he's just not there.
He has died.
He did say be right back.
Okay, I'm
5
going to
minutes ago.
assume we're just gonna. Okay.
Okay, let's do the other tunnels.
We'll just pause that
we'll
for
get back
now,
to
and once he
that.
gets back, we'll Oh.
Oh,
Okay, so this is
Whoa.
Carlos and Khutula. You are fruitless so far in your attempts to find the bone mask of Calhoun. However, I don't know how hard it is for Carlos to resist touching any of the trinkets, but there are more trinkets. Some are once again oxidized bronze or brass coins or little different other votive offerings scattered amongst the different alcoves of the dead.
perhaps some
they
shimmerals.
exist.
Emeralds.
No.
Carlos keeps reminding himself
this
about
time.
the big payoff.
Don't make the stone skull big sad. That's bad idea.
Don't fuck it up. Don't. Don't fuck it up. All right. So do
Okay.
I find it
Well,
at all?
you were
by
able
the
to
time I
make it
reach
to the end of the corridor.
The brass
Negativo.
coins.
I find the mask. Damn it.
However, Anton Greycastle,
With my torch.
You found the trap.
with your torch, halfway down the aisle, you do find. Now you don't know what it looks like. You've just been explained to you, but what you find is a mask made of solid bone. It has not been carved or crafted in any way by an artisan. It seems as though it was naturally formed from bone in the shape of sort of like a half face. So from the nose up, like one of those opera masks or whatever.
The gray fox.
And you find it is not adorning a body. It is merely sitting beside. The concept of significance of this row that you're in happens to be that there are 4 gargoyle heads that are, watching and chattering at you as you bend down to examine this mask.
He notes it, however he doesn't touch it. Do I get any visions or no?
No.
No.
I mean, the bone mask is sitting in such a way that it almost like the empty eye sockets are looking at you, but you don't feel any revelation. And there's no revelations or anything. No visions, no experiences. You just look at it, and it looks at you with its empty eye sockets.
Anton gets up. He doesn't touch it, just gets up. Knowing it probably best that he not touch it. Looks to the gargoyles. I don't imagine. I mean, they sound like they're pretty pissed. I'd imagine, though.
No, they're just doing their normal chattering thing.
Okay. Seeing that I believe that I found it, I'm going to continue up the hall and continue my search to see if I find anything else and maybe find Carla.
No.
Can you roll me a wisdom saving throw?
Oh. Should
A
have went
wisdom
back
save?
the way you came. Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm okay.
Cover it up.
Yeah, you're fine. Keep going.
Just continue searching while I continue my way up.
Yeah.
Just curious
You know
to if I
that
find anything else.
There's tricksy troubles going around down here, and you know that anything that you hear that's not obviously something you can see, touch, smell, or whatever is just trickery.
Yeah, it's.
Uh,
I think he finds himself a bit more comfortable in this crypt now, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, you're willfully.
Yeah, you're able to continue up the rest of the
Ah.
corridor into that first room without finding anything else that looks like a bone mask of Calhoun.
Do I see Carlos, or did they run down the other hall?
Now, Carlos should be waiting at the end.
Anton.
Okay, really quickly, Isaac, you have been found. Vinshenzo has found you in the fetal position with your ears clamped over your hands clamped over your ears as tightly as possible, rocking you back and forth. And he is summoned some dancing lights to try and help you to the exit.
Dancing lights, but they're just static. They're not like weaving around. They're just floating balls. Orbs.
Vincenzo's balls.
Isaac's not here right
Gave you
now.
his balls.
Mr. Stormwind, let's get you out of here. I kneel down to try to help you up. Appearing to you as an angel.
This is all on you, buddy.
Bestowing light on you.
This is all on you, big man. There's no roles that you need to take at this point. You know exactly what's happened to you, and you can choose to reflect that upon your character as you wish.
If Carlos can see me, I'm going to wave Carlos and Khutula over here and say that I think I found what you're looking for.
Okay, does Isaac say anything?
No, he's continuing to rock on the floor.
Does he resist fucking
I
Vin's
try to
efforts to
pull
get
you
him
up.
No.
I pull you to your feet, soldier.
Vin helps him up. Get the fuck up!
He pulls me up. I am still kind of absent.
I pull one of your arms over my shoulder and try to walk you towards the exit.
I walk with him to the exit, staring off into the deep void of nothingness.
And as they're doing that, unless they decide to wait, I try to lead Carlos and Khutula down this hall.
He'd follow.
Just a little bit further, Mr. Stormwind. Let's go and leave this wretched place.
Once I arrive where the mask is, I shine my torch a bit over its direction just to kind of help Carlos see what I'm looking at here.
Do I get
Why is
him
the
to the
catacomb
stairs?
shaped like that?
Yeah, you get him to the stairs was fine. You can evac him back to the cart if you wish. Carlos, you are met with an exact replica of what you're supposed to be finding. When I say that, I mean like it looks exactly like it's supposed to in the picture.
Oh.
It's not very appealing for whatever reason you look at it, and it's just some weird bone-looking mask thing. But it's there. It's just sitting right beside the body. It's got some chattering gargoyles, but other than that, there's nothing very glamorous about it. It's actually quite simple, but a simple-looking artifact.
Well, it's nothing I'd be impressed with, but that is exactly as it looks, exactly as it should. That's if that isn't it, then it's close enough to fool who we're bringing it to.
Oh.
Anton just kind of gestures over. It's like, you can pick it up if you want. Like, I ain't touching it.
I thought you were. Okay.
Hey, I was just
We already
showing.
agreed.
I was. What?
I thought it was agreed that you were going to pick it up and carry it.
Yeah.
Ah.
Okay. He's still not sure about Carlos's deal, but he is.
Make peace with your fallen war buddies, dumbass.
Anton is going to pick up the mask, though.
Designated toucher.
Thank God I have armor. I just hope I have enough.
I pull Isaac up the stairs, helping him as best I can, and once we're like out into the forest, I assume it is outside, I let him like sit down and catch his breath or whatever he needs to do.
All right. Well, you emerge into a nice mid-afternoon, partly cloudy, high of 75. It's a mild northeasterly wind.
Oh my.
Quite a nice day outside. Very beautiful.
I would like to cast message and send a message into Carlos Santiago's fucking brainstem.
Again?
I tell him, Mr. Stormwind was in a catatonic state in the tunnel. I've pulled him out. We're outside the entrance. I hope there's no lasting effects.
Carlos would hear the message but would not respond.
Does Anton experience anything
Finn
when he
goes
picks up
back
this
down
map?
the stairs.
Nope. Mask is just a mask.
All right.
It
And
looks strangely as though it would fit your face perfectly if you were to wear it.
Oh no!
he's trying to consider. He's honestly trying to consider if he wants to put it on.
Anton, what are you doing? Just put it in your pack and let's go.
Touch me. I start walking down this tunnel looking for Carlos.
Are we sure this is? Are we sure this is right?
I'll save you the journey. I mean, you make it to the end of the tunnel and you don't find him. You want to go back down another one.
Damn, that was quick.
Yeah, I guess I go down the only one I have.
As soon as you turn the corner, you do notice the skull. The skull is staring at you with its ruby eyes, but as you turn the corner, it closes its eyes and returns to its dormant state.
Hell yeah.
Well, look, this mask is supposedly able to do a lot of good for people, right? It won't be able to do any good down here now, will it?
No.
How do I see
Where are the
Anton
maps?
when I find them?
He's holding the.
Most likely, and oh, there you go. Sorry.
See, like holding it like inches away from his face.
No, I'm not like trying to put it on. I'm just looking at it, contemplating.
Where are the mask?
Anton, I know we agreed that you would hold that, but do you want me to take it instead? You're looking at it quite
Oh.
strangely.
You're the designated holder.
Mr. Greycastle, I found Mr. Stormwind beside himself, blubbering in the middle chamber.
Carlos wants to steal it. Anton.
You do not know.
Please.
I grab Anton's shoulders and shake him a bit and say, "You do not know what is at play here."
Always dramatic.
Well, if he wasn't, he'd be out of a job.
Anton puts it in his pack for right now.
Okay.
Trying to be very gentle with this thing, trying not to damage it.
Oh, damn.
Is that all we gotta get from here then?
That's it. We can take our leave now.
Right?
Hopefully Isaac is where I left him.
Isaac walked off into the woods, never to be seen again.
Okay. Fucking leave.
Carlos left me on red.
So you are able to get out of the crypt okay, and you make it back to the road in time for sunset. where Nephis and the old man have a number of fish between them.
Hell yeah.
Whether or not Nephis chooses to connect with Father's Wile is entirely up to him. I feel like I already know that answer, but the both of you have a good day of fishing regardless of how much you interact with each other.
If he caught fish, I'd hang out with him.
Yeah, he caught fish.
Yeah, I'd hang out with him.
That is a fine fish you caught.
And if you so choose to engage him in conversation, he would tell you about a portion of his life that he spent working on a sailing ship as well as fishing
Oh,
in different parts of the world.
Awesome.
damn
Nephis is
it.
your best friend.
This old man is awesome.
You were a sailor too? Ah.
Let's both go sailing on a boat.
They're on a boat.
Let's ditch these ne'er-do-wells in this catacomb. Let's
These
sail
damn landlubbers.
I wish to be a
to the old
seaman.
man. I tend to the fish, old man.
Okay, that's all I have for this session.
We all get back in the wagon and fuck off.
Well, it's sunset, so you'd be camping essentially nearby.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
Anton
we're
has
camping
Calhoun's
nearby.
map.
Traumatized Isaac.
I be eating that fish stew.
I
Fuck
much
yeah.
prefer the fresh fish
For
to the
the
rations.
sake of your, for the sake of that, you caught 6 fresh fish. The old man caught 4.
Oh, damn right. Damn straight, I schooled that old man.
Fish are a mix of catfish, bass, and pike.
How
Is that
queer.
on top of my large or arm length catfish, or? Is the catfish
Your arm length catfish is one of the 6 that you caught.
Copy that.
Pike are roughly like that big too. They're pretty big, very bony, but they're good eating. And bass come in all shapes and sizes.
And
Pike?
stink.
Pike.
Pike are not that great eating.
No.
We did it, guys.
Well, I know.
We didn't
I don't know.
die.
I've had a good pike.
You can eat them.
But they ain't good.
They're bony.
Yeah.
Nephis would be eating some panfish.
Oh yeah, where'd you get the
It's very
pan?
healthy.
Why did I have to roll a nat 20?
From the old man.
Yeah, you saw everything. You saw too much. You
Saw too
experienced
much.
That thing in the fullest experience you could.
Had I not
have.
rolled with disadvantage on that last save, I would have been fine.
Yeah, I loved it. Nat 20 and a nat 1.
Which
He
is
tried to get out of there,
2
but his
nat ones.
mind snapped.
I broke. The bad juju
Okay.
broke me.
So, yeah, that's the session. Well, excuse me. I hope you guys enjoyed. I have to
very
go
much.
to bed fairly
Yes.
soon because I have COVID and it's fucking kicking my ass more than I expected it to. And yeah, I'm good to go for next week for Wednesday at the usual time if everybody else is. It seems like Corwin is not going to get his schedule changed, which is fine. So Peter Montfort, I feel, is going to retire into sunnier pastures until such a time as Corwin is able to return. If
He's going
anybody has a
crusading.
friend or a colleague or an acquaintance or someone they fucking hate and they're interested in D&D, let me know. Got an open spot.
If it is somebody you hate, also let me know that so I can
I mean,
You know.
technically we have 2 open spots.
give them the business. Yeah,
Yes.
technically we do, but I'm a one at a time victory guaranteed kind of guy. If I can get 1 in, that's cool. Not gonna look for 2. Hope for 1. If I get 2, that'd be nice. But yeah, we got extra spots open. I'm only gonna fill up an entire tabletop simulator lobby after that. So, if anybody is interested, or then they can feel free to join in with a character at the same level. Are you guys 4?
We're level 5.
Level 5, Chris.
Level 5. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. There might be a a level increase in your future. Near future.
Maybe.
Nearer
Very
than
good.
It is far.
Sure hope so. That bad juju was something else.
It was quite the experience.
Your mind is
you could say.
snapped.
It was fascinating.
Who knows? Maybe Isaac will just sleep it off as a fucking bad nightmare, and he'll never have to worry about it again.
Mind
His
broken.
entirely irreparable.
Wait, is
Locked
this how
away.
his wyvern friend was like, just like suddenly he's gonna be Anton.
Godric has a tragic backstory that I have actually went through the effort to develop simply because it's a personal challenge to myself to somehow deliver it in the style of Godric. And if we
Yes.
ever get to that point, I'm gonna need like a gallon of water just to do it. Because
If Isaac is mind broken, Vin will never forgive Carlos.
that is up to Isaac. I will leave that firmly in the hands of Isaac Stormwind.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna go ahead and hop out of here then.
Copy that.
Good night.
See ya,
Thank you
everyone.
guys
Yeah.
very much for a good night of fun, and I will see you again. Soon,
Good night.
I guess whenever it is. Have a good night, everybody.
It's still
Good night.
cave music.
Are we still in the cave?
We never left.
Egg yolk moon cake. Hell yeah. Thanks for watching. Sorry I lost an hour